Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Jack Hornberger Field on the campus of Illinois Wesleyan University for today's College Conference of Illinois and Wisconsin baseball game between the Illinois Wesleyan University Titans and the Carthage College Firebirds. The NCAA and CCIW promote good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and fans. Profanity, derogatory comments, or other intimidating actions directed at student athletes, officials, team representatives, or other fans will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal. Thank you for your assistance in providing a positive atmosphere. Let's meet today's starters. First, the starters for your Titans of Illinois Wesleyan. Batting first and in center field, number 19, Matt Hudick. Batting second, the shortstop, number 33, Justin Godomsky. Batting third, first baseman, number 27, Cade Tomhave. Batting cleanup, third baseman, number 1, Jimmy Gergoni. Batting fifth, the DH, number 32, JP Ferraro. Batting sixth, right fielder, number 14, Tristan Figgis. Batting seventh, second baseman, number 7, Gage Wolf. Batting eighth, left fielder, number 41, Jack Flack. Batting ninth, the catcher, number 0, Tyler Woltman. And on the mound for the Titans, number 31, Cole Benson. And now the starters for your Firebirds of Carthage. Batting first, shortstop, number 31, Colin Pellis. Batting second, the DH, number 19, Max Cairo. Batting third, first baseman, number 28, PJ Moser. Batting cleanup and in right field, number 37, Xander Tubbs. Batting fifth, third baseman, number 12, Matt Felber. Batting sixth and in left field, number 7, Drew Connect. Batting seventh, the catcher, number 23, Christian Duarte. Batting eighth, second baseman, number 4, Evan Devine. Batting ninth, center fielder, number 1, Jimmy Kurget. And on the mound for the Firebirds, number 13, Wyatt Midori.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this CCIW semifinal matchup between the Carthage Firebirds and the Illinois Wesleyan. It's a do-or-die situation where the loser goes home. I'm Hayden Moorfield here with Key-Roll on the color, and we'll be bringing you today's matchup for this CCIW tournament game.
Yeah, it should be a competitive one. I mean, these are two teams that know each other very well. We've seen they played the regular season series to wrap up the regular slate, and then coming into the tournament now, it seemed inevitable that they were going to meet at some point. It happens here in this semifinal of sorts. Kind of hard to define what round we're in a double elimination format, but here's the facts. North Central awaits in the championship. They are one win away from the title. The winner of this one will have an opportunity to regain the title should they win 2 games tomorrow against North Central. So, redemption opportunity for Carthage, who got swept by Illinois Wesleyan. Wesleyan motivated after a disappointing defeat to North Central, so all to play for.
Absolutely. It was a heartbreaker for the Titans. Almost able to pull off the comeback, but then just a devastating 9th inning for them. Just put them in the gutter and into this match. We got Midori to start out on the mound for Carthage.
Yeah, Wyatt Midori coming into this game, he's started 9 times, played 10 in total. And he's got a very impressive 5-0 record to his name, 4.7 ERA on the season. In total, pitched 46 innings. So we've seen quite a bit of him, but not perhaps the expected choice to start such a crucial game. Still, certainly will be interesting to see if he delivers.
Absolutely, always interesting to see a freshman on the mound in such a crucial game. Well, started off, we're going to have Matt Hudick in the batting box. Going to look at ball 1, starting it off.
Hudick coming into today with a 350 average on the season. He's been a deadly force in this Titan squad.
Again, being patient, looks at ball two. That's one thing that really defines all the batters on the Titan side is they are patient. They don't swing at balls. They swing at strikes.
No, they're very mature players. They wait for the pitches they know they can take, and Hudick's no different.
He's going to look at that one. He's going to bring the count to 2-1.
Midori with a crucial opportunity to prove himself here when it matters most. Gets his first strike of the day.
Hudick's going to look at ball three.
You know, we talked about that Illinois Wesleyan sweep to end the regular season. How crucial was that to clinch the regular season title? And this seemed to be a two-horse race for much of the year. North Central suddenly making a case for themselves late.
And that's a strike. We're going to get a full count here for Matt Hudick, yet to swing.
He's being patient. Will be really interesting to see what he does with this all-important sixth pitch.
Looks at it, and it's a ball.
Draws raucous applause from the fans, and rightfully so. Patience pays off. Good persistence for Matt Hudick.
And you got to think he's probably took that walk with some confidence, knowing that he's got Gadomski behind him. Gadomski's been an incredible batter for the Titans all season.
Yeah, I mean, you look at his statistics, they tell you everything you need to know. Stats aren't everything in a lot of cases, but with Justin Gadomski, you can't explain that 384 batting average in any other way other than he is a fantastic hitter.
And starts it off with the swings, going straight to the shortstop. And they're going to get the force out at second in time.
Yeah, Colin Callahan getting a good hand on that, tossing that over to Evan Devine over that second base. No double play. P.J. Moser didn't get the ball in time. Nonetheless, first out of the day for the Carthage Firebirds.
And in this crucial match, every out counts. Now Cade Tomhave, the first baseman, steps into the batter's box.
A deadly hitter in his own right, although he has had a few struggles over the last few days.
The Titans struggled to get the bats going early in the last game against the North Central Cardinals. They're going to need to start out strong in this one.
Absolutely. That's been pivotal every time they've played Carthage. And the Firebirds, well, despite their recent slips, are a very solid team.
That one's thrown outside, brings the counts to 2-0.
Yeah, still a runner on first in Gadomski, a good base runner at that.
Swings that one's going to go foul into the parking lot. Yeah.
Cade Tomhave, 379 average on the year. Knocked in 3 home runs and 44 RBIs. He's got Gadomski on first. Those two have been really the senior presence in this team, leading them throughout the year. Dory missing low to work it to a 3-1 count here.
Tom Mames feeling comfortable. He's got room to swing.
This is a very top-down order, so he has good batters waiting on deck.
That one going to get past the second baseman, and Gadomski's going to advance to second.
Important moment, first of all, to break up Midori's rhythm after it seemed things got off to a good start. Obviously, reaching base was Matt Hudick, but then that fielder's choice, that can reset the game sort of in favor of the Firebirds. Instead, 2 on, 1 out. Great situation for the cleanup hitter in Jimmy Gergoni.
Absolutely, and he put that in a perfect spot, not letting Devine get to it. Gets just past second base. Crucial to get Gadomski in scoring position.
And always good to test Devine. He's been deadly hitting-wise in this tournament, but he made a couple of errors yesterday in the field.
Midori's going to check on the runners. Throw, and it's going to get past the third base line. Gadomski is going to turn home. And it looks like Tom Have's going to stop at third. It is going to be a double for Gergoni. And the Titans start this one off strong with a run.
Jimmy Gergoni saying that the past is in the past. The Illinois Wesleyan Titans are off to a flying start. As you said, this is exactly what they needed. They've got the crowd on their feet. and they're showing that they want to be in that championship by any means possible.
Absolutely. Titans struggle to get going, but now JP Ferraro, one of the most dominant hitters for the Titans. When he gets a hold of this one, it goes far.
Yeah, and nothing shows that more than his long ball stats, 6 home runs on the season, a team high.
Has a 0-1 count right now. 2 runners in scoring position on third and second.
Still just 1 out, so Ferraro could knock in some runs here.
That one high. Brings the count to 1-1.
Yeah, it's been a miserable first inning for Midori, who hasn't really done much wrong. Had a couple of unfortunate bounces. That double from Gorgoni right over the third base bag.
As a freshman, he's got a lot of pressure on his shoulders to make something happen here in the first. It's going to get past Moser at first base. Tom Have's going to score. They're going to wave in Gorgoni, and Gorgoni's going to slide in safe. Just in time. No tag applied. And Ferraro at first.
JP Ferraro deserves his flowers for that one. We see him exchanging a hug with the first base coach. Well deserved. He drills that right into the spot where it's going to be most difficult to get a throw over to home plate. That's what you want if you're JP Ferraro. Massive RBI single.
And look at that. Gorgoni just sliding right in time. Oh, my goodness. What an answer from JP Ferraro. We already have a mound visit with 1 out in the top of the first.
This is what you want to see. I mean, it's been 10 minutes into this game, and they're making the Carthage Firebirds, who, mind you, were nationally ranked last week, they're making them look like a 10-win non-conference opponent at this rate. That's how strong Wesleyan have started this game. Let's see if they can keep their foot on the pedal.
Absolutely. No action in the Carthage bullpen yet, so it doesn't look like we're going to have a new pitcher. But Carthage definitely looking to adjust their strategy as they are bleeding right now.
No, seriously. And, I mean, you don't look to the bullpen in that situation, in my opinion. Even in the postseason, yes, it's a shorter leash for pitchers. We've been saying it all weekend. But you still trust your starter. He's only got 1 out. Give him a chance to at least get out of the inning. Now, Midori, realistically, is running out of time. So he needs to deal some good pitches here to Tristan Figgis, who is a fantastic hitter himself.
Absolutely. Figgis had some clutch plays in the last game against North Central. I don't see any reason with how the Titans are batting right now that's going to be any different.
Runner on first and just 1 out. 3-0 lead already for Illinois Wesleyan.
And Figgis is going to look at ball 1.
Yeah, that one just missing high. It's a close pitch. Midori, it's unfortunate because he's still figuring out what his strike zone's looking like, and he's already given up 3 runs, so he doesn't get that adjustment period, really, that you usually do on the mound.
Yep. Midori keeps looking back at Ferraro back on first. Ferraro is capable of stealing bases. We saw him steal third against North Central in an absolutely clutch moment for the Titans.
And he's not someone who does that a lot, but he has the capability. That one's fouled away by Figgis. So a 1-2 count. Midori finally working himself into a favorable situation.
Figgis looking for his first strikeout. Sorry, Midori, not Figgis.
Figgis wants anything but
a strikeout. And this one's going to be picked up by the shortstop. Tossed over to first, second, and then to first. Double play for the Carthage Firebirds, who finally stopped the bleeding. Titans scoring 3 runs early in the top of the first. The Firebirds are going to be up to bat after the break here on the Titans Sports Network. And welcome back to Jack Ornberger Field here for our crucial CCIW match between the Titans and the Firebirds. The Titans making some noise early in the top of the first.
Yes, dream start really. I mean, you get a couple extra base hits, a couple singles. Really perfect start for the Titans. And now the good thing for Wyatt Midori and the Carthage Firebirds is that they drew that double play and they kept this within a distance where it's entirely possible that they can still make their way back into the game. They have their first chance here in the bottom of the first. They'll be facing Cole Benson, a high-quality pitcher, 3-3 record on the season. This is just his fourth start, though. So we'll see how he fares.
And let's not forget Woltman back behind in the backstop. He was subbed out in favor of Morelli for his hitting back in the first game, but now Woltman back behind the plate, and he's a deadly catcher. He can make that throw over to second for the tag out any day.
Yeah, you understand. Watching Tyler Woltman, you know exactly why he has that Division I experience that he does. He's a transfer from nearby Illinois State. Fantastic catcher.
Yep. And now we got Callahan, the shortstop, up first in the batter's box. That first one's low. It's going to be ball one.
Colin Callahan, one of the deadlier hitters in this squad, 363 average, along with 8 home runs. This Carthage team, one that loves the long ball.
And 2 quick back-to-back balls for Benson.
Yeah, righty-righty matchup. 2 players both donning the same number.
And that one's high into right field. And that one's going to be caught easily by Figgis. Quick first out for the Titans.
Yeah, that's routine for Tristan Figgis. He never really struggles with those. So that's what you want to do if you're Cole Benson, because his counterpart on the Carthage team gave up a hit to start, and now Benson saying, I won't be doing that.
Absolutely. Max Cairo, number 19, the designated hitter for the Firebirds, steps in. He already has a home run in this tournament, and he is a deadly batter at that.
That brought him to 11 home runs. Hitting double digits in a collegiate season is quite impressive.
Benson quickly brings Cairo to a 1-1 count.
It's a lovely pitch to slide in for strike 2. That's what you want if you're Cole Benson.
Benson swings that one, chops it foul.
Yeah, Cairo getting contact on that one.
Cairo now with a 1-2 count. Swings at that one down the third base line. It's picked up by Bert Gergoni. Makes the throw over to Tom Have, who catches it with ease, and that's 2 quick outs for the Titans.
That's what I love about this Gergoni-Tom Have combination. At any point, you know it's going to connect. If the throw is off, Tom Have's making up for it. If Tom Have is struggling, Gergoni's going to give him an absolute missile that Tom Have just has to put an arm up to catch. So it's a real back and forth. They cover up for each other's shortcomings. They're a great combination on the corners.
And that's going to bring up the first baseman, P.J. Moser. He's quickly going to look at ball one.
Yeah, Moser has a .291 average this season. He's hit 7 home runs and registered 40 RBIs. Ball 2's in the dirt there. Benson looking for a 1-2-3 inning to start things off.
And there's ball 3. 3-0 count here for P.J. Moser.
Moser just wants to get on base. He's someone who knows how to produce heavy hitting, but right now just wants to take a base.
And finally, Benson finds the strike. 3-1 count for Moser.
Yeah, really nice framing job by Woltman. That's the sort of thing that Tyler Woltman does so well.
And that one gets swung out to left field, but it's going to be caught with ease by Jack Flagg. And the Titans going to go 3 up, 3 down here in the bottom of the first. The Titans up to bat next when we come back on the Titan Sports Network.
Need tickets to that next event? Well, at 12 Ounce Sports, we've got them with soccer anywhere in the world. Tickets to any venue, any sport. Want to go to NCAA or NFL football matches? We've got them.
Yeah.
Baseball at every level. Every Power 5 matchup is available. Don't forget, costumes and paint are optional. What's that? You want to go to Broadway? We have those too. Want to jam out? Every concert, every artist. That's right, at 12 Ounce Sports, we've got the tickets for less. 12ozsports.com/tickets. That's 12ouncesports.com/tickets.
And welcome back here for the top of the second here in the crucial match between the Titans and the Firebirds. The Titans having a fantastic first inning. First scoring 3 runs at the bats and then 3 up, 3 down on defense. We're going to be looking to see more exciting things out of the Titans with Gage Wolf up to bat first.
Yeah, it's one thing to get started with a couple of runs, but another thing altogether to produce that stellar defensive performance that we saw in the first inning. Sets the tone, and it makes you a real candidate to run away with the game if your bats continue in the same fashion. Now, Jack Flagg, someone who can definitely do just that. We all know what he's capable of, having watched him all year. His stats are impressive. 341 average, 4 home runs, 32 RBIs. He'll be leading off here in the second inning.
Want to see good things out of Gage Wolf. Midori now certainly feeling a little pressure after giving up 3 runs in the first inning. Swing and a miss there for Gage Wolf.
Just one small correction, Gage Wolf, his average is 338, and no home runs to his name, though his average and his RBI stats are similar to the ones I mentioned earlier.
Hits that one. It's going to be bobbled by the second baseman, but he'll get it over to Moser in time.
Yeah, just barely connecting there as Evan Devine makes a little bit of a stutter, but eventually gets it over to Moser.
Yeah. Almost close to hitting Devine in the face there as it knocked off his hat, but he's still able to make the play unfazed by it.
Yeah, he's staying focused because for Carthage, well, they are the 3 seed. On paper, they're not supposed to win this one, and they're not supposed to be playing in tomorrow's championship. But when you've led the CCIW title race all year.
And that one hit over the shortstop into short right field. And Jack Flagg will get on first with ease.
4th base hit for the Titans, and we're only through an inning and a third, so great sign.
The catcher, number 0, Tyler Woltman.
Here comes Tyler Woltman. We were talking about him earlier, known for his catching prowess, but he's a very solid hitter too. Generally, you don't rely on your catchers for too much at the dish. Still, 242 average on the season.
Looks at ball 1, Flagg looking to steal second over there, but Woltman signals to him, don't go, don't go. No.
Flagg's attempted 3 stolen bases this year and successfully stolen twice.
That one outside, going to bring the count to 2-0.
Yeah, one of Woltman's many virtues is that he's a very patient hitter. He obviously, his average isn't bad whatsoever. He knows how to register some hits, but moreover, he knows how to draw walks. And here he is working a 2-0 count.
And finally, Midori is going to find the strike zone, brings the count to 2-1.
I think that one just missed high, actually. The signal from the home plate umpire, a little confusing. He was signaling 0 rather than strike. So no strikes, 3 balls on Boltman.
Been watching too much softball, I guess. Yeah, but we talked about Woltman's patience here. Definitely can draw a walk, and if he strikes out, he's not striking out because of a dumb pitch. That one inside. Woltman's going to take a walk to first. Flagg is going to advance to second.
One thing you always look for in your 9-hole batter is the ability to get walks. The reason being you bring up the top of your order, which is usually the most potent part. And indeed, here comes Matt Hudick, who's already drawn a walk. After him, we have Godomsky and Tame, who've both reached base. So, you know, you want to get it back to the top of the order. The fact that Hudik's up to bat for the second time in 2 innings is a good sign for the Titans.
And with only 1 out, they got a sac fly to give if necessary. He's going to bunt. Midori's going to pick it up quick. Throw to first. And they're going to get the out. Midori got to Moser in time.
And applause from both sides there. Midori did well to cut that short. It seemed like it could have been a bunt single. Instead, Hudik does what I'm sure was his goal all along, to advance the runners.
Absolutely. Now you got Woltman in flag at second and third in scoring position. And a hitter like Godomsky, who's able to send him home in a situation with 2 outs.
Yeah, he's the double king of the CCIW, has 26 doubles this season. What can Midori produce here? We saw him get involved in the fielding a little bit. Can he get out of this inning unscathed?
And Godomsky hitting that one high. And the third baseman able to catch it. Felber coming all the way over to the Carthage dugout, diving finally and able to make the catch.
Very impressive stuff from Matt Felber, who gets his hand on that ball with a little bit of a slide over in foul territory. Good movement from him, and Carthage escapes this inning. We'll have more for you. The Firebirds are up to bat next on the Titan Broadcast Network.
OSF Healthcare Cardiovascular Institute has been named one of the top hospital systems in the country for heart care. This prestigious award by the American College of Cardiology comes from our commitment to providing the highest quality of care, from general cardiology to complex surgeries and the latest technology. Nationally recognized heart care right here. OSF Healthcare Cardiovascular Institute.
What is
And welcome back to Jack Hornberger Field as the Titans lead this one 3-0, heading into the bottom of the second. The Firebirds yet to find a hit against Benson.
Yeah, they went 3-3 down in the first inning, still early in this game, and I think they're going to look back on the first 2 innings and be happy to see that, at least defensively, though they gave up 4 hits, they've also stranded 4 Wesleyan runners on the bases. So if this game ends up being close, the Titans will look back on a couple of those show-stopping plays and think, what could have been?
Absolutely. Xander Tubbs, the right fielder, now stepping into the batter's box.
Tubbs, one of many over 300 hitters in this team. He started 43 games this season.
And he's going to swing and miss at that one, bring the count to 1-1.
Cole Benson off to a flying start. He'll look to match what he did in the first inning here.
Looks at that one, brings the count to 2-1. And there's another swing and miss. 2-2 count here for Xander Tubbs.
Can Tubbs produce something, or will Benson make it 4 straight outs?
That ball's thrown low on the plate. Full count here for Xander Tubbs. And Benson's going to walk him. Tubbs will advance to first.
That means a lot for the Firebirds. It's not show-stopping, it's not highlight reel worthy, but it's the first base runner of the game. And when you're down early, that's what you want.
You'll always take a free runner on base, especially with 0 outs.
No, 100%. Here comes Matt Felber, another key cog in the Carthage machine. Check on Tubbs.
Tubbs gets back to first base, plenty of time. Felber still waiting for his first pitch.
Benson a little unfortunate not to get the call there on the outside half of that zone.
And that one gets over to Godomsky, pushes it over to Wolf, who still makes the throw to first, but not going to be there in time.
I don't know if I'm impressed or confused by Gage Wolf's decision to still attempt the double play. Really good work from Godomsky and Wolf after a little scrap to still get the out at second, but that was never beating the run of Felber.
All things considered, still a very good throw from Gage Wolf.
Oh, very impressive. I'm just glad we didn't witness a Titan error there. Good stuff from him.
Absolutely.
But forcing Felber to run.
I'll tell you what, though, these Titans seem excited. They're looking for that double play. And that one down the third base line. Gargoni's going to snatch it, throw it over to Tom Have, and Tom Have is going to reach and just barely get in the glove.
That's beautiful. Again, that combination, third to first base. I mean, that throw was an absolute missile. Tom Have had little to do, just had to stick his glove out, and he does just that.
The catcher, number 23, Christian Duarte.
See the instant replay on your screens? Yeah, beats the run.
Just in time. Duarte, the catcher, now steps in for the Firebirds. 2 outs, but you got a runner in scoring position if the bat can find the ball.
Off-speed pitch almost catching the inside of the zone. Instead, it's 1-0 to Christian Duarte, who is averaging .359 for the season.
Quickly brings it to a 2-0 count for Duarte.
Felber's on second base. And in case you missed it, it was a pretty quick at-bat. That was Drew Knecht, who was out at first. Rio coming to Duarte. Hitters count.
And that one's called strike, going to bring the count to 3-1.
That'll see Felber advance to third.
Little confusion on the play, but yeah, Felber now in scoring position, pending a good hit from Duarte.
So it's gone from bad to worse for Cole Benson here after he started the inning very strong. He was called for a balk, which allowed Felber to advance to third, and now he's walked Duarte on 4 pitches. Has a chance to get out of it, escape it. It's Evan Devine next up for Carthage. Let's see if Benson has what it takes to get out of this inning without a blemish on the score.
Runners on the corners. Devine in the batter's box. Doesn't swing, looks at ball 1. Benson checks on first base runner.
Tom Have couldn't apply the tag in time to Duarte.
And Devine's going to swing and miss at that one.
Devine generally not a batter you want to face in a tense situation. .342 average.
It's that one right back to Benson. Going to run over to first, toss it to Tom Have, and that's the Titans out of the inning.
Yeah, that'll do it. Illinois Wesleyan escapes without any problems in the end, though they did have a runner at third base. Still, Carthage leave 2 runners stranded, and it's still 3-0 as we head to the top of the third after a quick word from our sponsor.
Why is Illinois Wesleyan the #1 school in Illinois for jobs? Maybe it's because we're the AND University. That's right, A-N-D. And. Here you can explore the arts and study in a pre-professional program. Double major and play a sport. Do an internship and study abroad. Your opportunities are endless. Set yourself apart with a degree from Illinois Wesleyan.
And welcome back to Jack Hornberger Field for the top of the third here between the Firebirds and the Titans. Titans able to hold off the Firebirds there, got close to scoring a run, but still no blemishes on the board as Titans lead by 3. And Cade Tomhave up to bat first.
Yeah, we saw him single in his first at-bat, so he'll be hoping to rattle Midori again. Midori, to his credit, has settled into the game since conceding 3 runs on his first out. Got a double play out of his infield and then had a quick inning in the second, gave up just one hit. So now an opportunity for Illinois Wesleyan to add on to their lead. We'll see how they fare here.
No action, too, in the Carthage bullpen, so Midori's here to stay.
Yeah, and rightfully so. I think that wasn't reflective of his best pitching, what we saw in the early stages.
Absolutely. Tomhave wastes no time swinging. It's going to be fielded by Callahan. Over to Moser for the out at first.
Easy out. That's what you want if you're the Firebirds. And I've been saying this time and time again, anytime you're down in an elimination game and on defense, all you want to do is send it back over to your bats as soon as possible.
Next up to bat, Jimmy Gergoni, third baseman for the Titans. He's got that cannon over at third base.
Yeah, he registered an RBI double in his previous at-bat. That made it 7 doubles on the season, or rather 8 doubles on the season.
And a strike on the inside.
Yeah, it gets called for it there. Midori taking a sweet time here with this pitch. Knows the value of readjusting.
And a swing and a miss there from Gergoni.
Yeah, the extra seconds for Midori really paying off. He gets a tough swing out of Gergoni, really nowhere near the ball.
And into a pitcher's count that time. Midori took, paid off. Put Gergoni in a tough position. Throws that one low. Gergoni looks at a ball.
Excellent crowd support throughout the week here. It's been a real pleasure to witness this CCIW baseball tournament. It's been a festival of baseball here at Hornberger Field. The Wesleyan faithful out in number.
And that one hit over to third. They're going to throw it over to Moser for the easy out at first.
Felber and Moser connecting. Precise throw, and Gergoni's out quickly. So 2 outs, and Carthage looking much more secure from a pitching perspective than they did early on.
Absolutely, they've really got their defense going. But you got big bad J.P. Ferraro stepping up to the batter's box.
Yeah, you'll remember what he did last time, delivering not a 1 but a 2 RBI single. Crucial moment in this game, and the score still holding, proving to be even more important than we initially thought. One ball, no strikes to Ferraro.
Throws a strike that time. Ferraro's caught looking.
The men in green and white looking to return to the CCIW championship.
As that one high and into foul territory in left field. Felber looks to go get it, but it's out of play.
Yeah, you saw 2 guys running down there, and you got the third baseman in Felber and the left fielder in Connect, but neither of them managing to get a hand on it. Of course, as just trips over the wall.
And Ferraro now finding himself in a 1-2 count. 2 outs on the line. That one's thrown high, 2-2.
Yeah, he's never swinging at that one. Got Tristan Figgis in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to bat in this inning.
And swing and a miss. Drop by the catcher, but applies the tag quickly. And that's Carthage out of the inning.
Yeah, they survive without any problems. Really the best we've seen Wyatt Midori throw. So that'll do it for the Illinois Wesleyan bats. You'll see Cole Benson back out on the mound and the Firebirds at the dish when we come back.
It's time to play Did You Know with Illinois Wesleyan. First off, true or false? On average, over half of tuition for accepted students is covered by scholarships and grants. True. IWU invests more than $40 million in scholarships and grants for students each year. Where has IWU ranked in highest earning graduates among small schools in Illinois? If you guessed number 1, you got it. And what's even better, IWU is the number 1 college in Illinois for getting a job and number 7 in the nation. Last question, how much does it cost to apply to Illinois Wesleyan? If you said nothing, well, you're right. There's absolutely no application fee. So what are you waiting for? Visit, apply, and see all the opportunities for success that await you at Illinois Wesleyan University.
And welcome back for the bottom of the third here between the Titans and the Firebirds, with the loser of this one going home and the end of their season.
Yeah, it's incredible to think that one of these two teams will be packing it up after today, especially because coming into this one, coming into really last weekend, they were the two teams everyone expected to see in the championship. North Central College has stepped up.
Herget's going to waste no time swinging away, swings right to center field, but that is going to be caught with ease by Matt Hudick.
Yeah, that was Jimmy Herget you saw for the first time today. And it's an easy fly out caught by Hudick. So Benson continues his fine showing on the mound. Still yet to give up a hit, only 2 walks.
And now back to the top of the order, Colin Callahan steps into the batter's box.
Flew out his first time up. It's the first time we're seeing a Firebird batter return to the batter's box. Woltman very nearly selling that one. That one was snapped back into the strike zone, still 2-0.
Again out of the strike zone, quickly brings the count to 3-0.
Yeah, at this point, I think it's very clear to the Firebirds that if they're going to get on base, it's going to be through walks. Not just yet, though.
Good strike there, thrown there by Cole Benson. And finally, there's ball 4. Walk for Colin Callahan.
That'll do it for this at-bat. So 1-on-1 out as Max Cairo returns.
Max Cairo.
Big moment for Cole Benson, a freshman himself. Freshman versus freshman matchup here. Came to Wesleyan out of Oak Park, graduated from OPRF. Not altogether surprised to see Benson out on the mound. Last time he was out on the mound was against Carthage a week from today, a week back. 6 full innings pitched, 10 hits given up for 3 earned runs.
Swing tips off the bat there. It's a 1-1 count here for Max Cairo.
Cairo, first time he stepped up, grounded out.
Benson's going to check on Callahan at first again, looking to get the easy out.
Cole Benson really making this a pretty painless game for Titans fans so far.
Woltman steps up, looks to throw back to first, holds it.
Yeah, you don't test Tyler Woltman. You saw that. If Colin Callahan was going to take off, that throw was coming in with some pace.
Benson throws. Max Cairo gets that one, goes deep into right field, but it's going to be caught with ease by the right fielder, Tristan Figgis.
Yeah, it's a difficult one. You don't want to get it out into right field in that situation because it's near impossible to advance the runner. So still just 1 on, 2 out, and the Titans in another favorable pitching situation.
And now P.J. Moser, the first baseman, steps up.
Flew out last time up. If he does so again here, it'll be quick work for the Titans, and their bats will be coming back.
Tips up, foul tip off the bat there. Brings the count to 1-1.
Yeah, Moser doesn't have a runner in scoring position, but he does have a runner on base. Carthage really hoping to get on the board. Sometimes all it takes is a hit or two. Moser has 7 home runs and 40 RBIs to his name already this year.
Strike 2 called there.
Yeah, important strike right on the edge of the zone. That's what Cole Benson does best, painting the lines. This is his postseason debut, but he looks like he's been in this situation a million times before.
Callahan safe at first again. Not a lot of success this tournament, checking on the runners at first.
And Woltman, I'm convinced, has 2 sets of eyes because we saw that because it's our job to see it. Woltman focused on catching the ball and yet completely prepared to drill Callahan out at second if he thought about anything.
And that one's drilled high into short right field. And Jack Flagg's going to catch that and gets the Titans out of the inning.
Yep, 3 outs in the end, despite giving up another walk. Still no hits for the Carthage Firebirds. Cole Benson stealing straight heat. Can Wyatt Midori match it? Find out after this quick break.
Need tickets to that next event? Well, at 12 Ounce Sports, we've got them with soccer anywhere in the world. Tickets to any venue, any sport. Want to go to NCAA or NFL football matches? We've got them.
Yeah.
Baseball at every level. Every Power 5 matchup is available. Don't forget, costumes and paint are optional. What's that? You want to go to Broadway? We have those too. Want to jam out? Every concert, every artist. That's right, at 12 Ounce Sports, we've got the tickets for less. 12ozsports.com/tickets. That's 12ouncesports.com/tickets.
And welcome back to Jack Hornberger Field for the top of the 4th here between the Firebirds and the Titans. So far, the Titans have allowed no hits for the Firebirds and allowed no runs for them either. And with the way their bats are swinging, they're likely to get a few more runs in this inning.
Yeah, now for what it's worth, Carthage's pitcher Midori has reset since a troublesome first inning. He looks much more composed. Freshman versus freshman battle. Midori perhaps getting some motivation from seeing how Benson's been dealing out on the mound. It's always a case of where essentially the opposing pitcher is motivating you. Now, he'll have to face Tristan Figgis first. Figgis unable to reach base in his first at-bat. Grounded into a double play, in fact.
That one very inside, almost hitting Figgis.
Figgis is the one batter Midori's really succeeded against. Drew the double play to end what was a difficult first inning. But that was not a great first pitch from the right-hander.
Midori throwing some heat at the ground there. Brings it to ball 2.
Illinois Wesleyan Titans looking to continue what's already been a season sweep of the Carthage Firebirds. To win 4 in a row would be incredible.
And finally finds the strike zone. 2-1 count for Figgis. Yeah. Always feels good when you can just keep beating a team.
especially a team as good as the Carthage Firebirds. I think on paper, looking at it throughout the season, they are the most dangerous team in the CCIW. Three-one count to Figgis. Would love to get on base to start off the 4th inning.
Deals out strike 2, full count for Figgis.
Dory gets the call on the lower half there. Nice job from Duarte to keep that one from spiraling out of control.
Dory taking his time. Throws it low. That's going to be a walk for Tristan Figgis.
That means a lot to him, and that's Midori's 3rd walk given up. It's a bigger problem, really. It's not so much conceding hits. You're going to give up singles and doubles every once in a while. The problem is you can't let runners be getting on base without doing the work. Now Gage Wolf stepping up. We know how potent he is. Grounded out in his first at-bat, but still a huge threat to every defense.
Wolf has some wheels on him, so if he makes contact, he's a threat to get down to first. Midori going to check on Figgis back at first.
Yeah, he's been doing that a lot. Definitely studied this Wesleyan team, knows of their base running quality.
Wolf looking for the bunt, draws back.
This is what we were talking about. You said how pacey Wolf is, and that's exactly why a bunt is a good idea for him. Worst case scenario, he probably advances the runner to second and is out at first, but he has more potential than anyone to reach on a bunt.
Misses that one too. Brings the count to 1-1 for
Yeah, that bunt a little more conspicuous, so he gets the strike call.
Brings the bat back. Looks to swing this time. Brings it back for a bunt.
This time, yeah, it's high for 2-1. After a very exciting first inning, it's been a quiet little period here at Hornberger Field.
Wolf finally swinging. This one going into foul territory. Sounds like it just narrowly missed a car. Luckily, a tree got in the way. As again, the 3rd baseman for Carthage running back to get in, Felber.
Oh yeah, Felber's dying for every ball. He knows the importance of getting quick outs, especially when you have inexperienced pitcher on the mound who needs the confidence, needs to know that his infield's behind him.
Swings down the first base line. It's called foul.
Yeah, just twists foul before the first base bag. So we'll do it all over again on the 2-2 count.
That one looked like it was getting past the first baseman too, Moser.
Yeah, one of those that has the potential of turning into a double if it stays fair. Let's see if Wolf goes that direction again.
The Dory now in a favorable position. Wolf swings this one high into short right field. And it's caught with ease by the left fielder, Knecht.
Yeah, Knecht on top of things out in left field. So they get that first out, which is all important. You don't want to have base runners on and nobody out, so changes the sense a little bit as Flagg steps up.
And now Jack Flagg, the left fielder for the Titans, up to bat. Was able to make a hit last time he was in the batter's box.
Yeah, he does have that single to his name as he takes strike 1. Flagg was largely kept quiet in the loss to North Central, 1 for 5, though he did knock in a run.
Swings and misses at that one, quickly an 0-2 count.
Jack Flagg have it in him to keep the bats going, get a first hit of the inning. Gifted a shot by the pitcher, Midori. Everything to play for. This is a do-or-die situation. The loser finishes third in the tournament and heads home.
There's a strike. Going to second, diving. Gets there in time.
Tristan Figgis took off right away. Now, he looked like he was never beating the throw, but the throw from Duarte was a little off, and the second baseman, Evan Devine, unable to apply the tag in time. So there is a runner in scoring position now for Jack Flagg. And you get a look at that one. Yeah, I don't think we saw a tag at all. We see the complaints from Devine. He claims that he did apply the tag. Whatever the case may be, runner on second for the Titans.
And one out. They got a sac fly to give if necessary. It's that one short right field. And they're going to send Figgis home. And he's going to get there in plenty of time. Looking to take second. It's overthrown second. And Jack Flagg with a very productive hit to short right field.
Wow, that's what you want from Jack Flagg. He works his way to a 2-2 count. He has to wait first for the check on the runner, then, of course, the successful stolen base attempt, and now we see just how important that stolen base from Tristan Figgis was. Jack Flagg brings him home with what turned into a double, probably going to be credited as a single and a throwing error, but good stuff nonetheless.
Absolutely, and that's going to bring up Tyler Woltman, the catcher for the Titans.
Woltman, as you said, was having an unproductive day at the dish in the last game, got subbed out halfway. But he's got a walk already here today, and now a runner at second.
It's that one short right to the pitcher. Midori going to throw with ease over to Moser. Productive out, though, as it gets Flagg over to third.
No, exactly. That's what we've been talking about. That's what you want from your 9-hole batter. His average is rarely going to be super impressive, but he's going to get you in a position where the top of the order can get the job done. And now it's Matt Hudick who's dealing with a runner just 90 feet away. That is, of course, Tristan Figgis.
If you're the backstopper Duarte, you can't let this one get away from you.
No, absolutely not. Other than if that happens, it's 5-0 Titans real quick.
That one low and inside. Quickly going to see ball two.
This is difficult for Midori. That stolen base, I think, really got to him, and it's not his fault. He was checking consistently on the runner. The throw was in plenty of time. It was just off the mark. So, got a feel for Midori as he gets a strike called there.
If you're Midori, you'd really like to get this strike out here.
Oh, yeah, I mean, strikeout's always nice for a pitcher, but especially one that's only managed one and needs one here.
Strike two brings the count to 2-2 for Matt Hudick.
Yeah, those last two pitches both exactly level with Hudick's knees. Midori now becoming more conscious of where the strike zone is, finding his spot.
And that one over to the second baseman, Devine. Quickly throws it to Moser for the out at first.
That'll do it for the top of the fourth. Illinois Wesleyan score one run through an RBI single, or RBI double rather, from Jack Flagg. That'll do it for now. The Firebirds trying to get something on the board when we come back.
OSF Healthcare Cardiovascular Institute has been named one of the top hospital systems in the country for heart care. This prestigious award by the American College of Cardiology comes from our commitment to providing the highest quality of care. From general cardiology to complex surgeries and the latest technology. Nationally recognized heart care right here. OSF Healthcare Cardiovascular Institute.
What is
Leading off with the Firebirds, number 37, Xander Tubbs.
And welcome back here for the bottom of the fourth here, where the Firebirds are really looking to get some runs on the board.
No, they need something. They need hits, if nothing else. That pitch called a ball on Xander Tubbs. Now Tubbs, one of the few Carthage batters that's managed to reach base, walked in his first visit.
That one's high, quick 2-0 count for Tubbs.
Cole Benson has done a phenomenal job so far.
Absolutely. If you're the Titans right now, that one smoked over to Gage Wolf, who throws it.
Yeah, it looked more threatening than it ended up being, and it's a real good thing there were no runners on the bases.
Yeah.
Because that follow-up throw from Cade Tomhave missed the mark by quite a bit. Well, that's exactly what we love about Cade Tomhave. The only mistakes he makes are when they don't matter. So, you know.
Exactly. He's a consistent player, and that's exactly what you need out of a first baseman. Quickly, Matt Felburn wastes no time swinging away. That one swung foul.
Felber's a clinical hitter like much of this Carthage order. They're the highest hitting team in this league. 327 average for Felber coming into this game.
And there's the strike here. Got to hand this to Cole Benson, a freshman in a very crucial game, and he is doing his job well.
Yeah, playoff debut, first game in a week. He's delivering the goods. Yet to give up a hit, so he'd love to get through the fourth inning, still throwing a no-hitter. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes. This time doesn't get the call.
That one again for a low, quickly brings it to a full count here. Matt Felber looking to start the hits off.
Although I'm sure he'll take a walk here. That would be the 4th. Benson's given up. And indeed it is.
And Felber now the second Firebird to reach base on walks. That's going to bring up the left fielder, Knecht.
Left fielder,
Drew Knecht.
Drew Knecht.
He's 0 for 1 with a ground out. But he does have the highest average out of anyone on this Carthage team. 378 coming into today.
That's exactly what you want when you got one out. You got a runner on base. One of the best positions Carthage has been in this entire game.
Yeah, and it's a disappointment for them to say that, but such is the reality. So good has Cole Benson been. 6 home runs this season from Drew Knecht. And I mention that simply because I'm sure Firebird fans would want nothing more than a scorcher over the wall to cut this lead in half.
Not going to swing at it, but it's still a strike. It's going to bring the count to 1-1.
Precise pitch from Benson.
Oh, it looked like Benson slipped a little bit on that one.
Yeah, he had to continue with his motion. He's already been called for a balk today. Wouldn't want to do it again. Little smile, shakes it off.
In the course of a season, something like that's bound to happen. He knows it.
No, and I think you have to give him so much leeway. He's allowed much worse mistakes than that with how well he's been throwing today.
Absolutely. And only a 2-1 count, so plenty of time to still get a strikeout here. And that one going to be called ball 3.
Yeah, it seemed to be on the edge, on the lower left edge of the strike zone. Not sure if the call was because it was outside, low, or both, but some combination of that, certainly.
Checks on the runner at first, but yeah, definitely some disagreement there from Woltman about whether or not that was a ball or not, but got to listen to the umpire. Swing and a miss brings it to a full count here.
Now, if there's one thing missing from this very complete Benson performance, it's strikeouts. He doesn't have any. Has an opportunity here with a full count. Only thing better would be a double play.
That one's going to be fouled out into the parking lot. The left fielder is going to stay alive for another pitch.
Knecht's really staying alive, and he's getting the support of his dugout there, recognizing how important it is to prolong these at-bats when you're playing an in-form pitcher. Festive atmosphere around the campus. Softball team also winning its regular season title and hosting the tournament this week.
And that one hit high into center field, but it's going to be caught with ease by Matt Hudick.
And so Cole Benson's bid to get out of the fourth inning without giving up a hit is still very much alive. Runner holds at first.
The catcher, number 23, Christian Duarte.
Christian Duarte now to step into the box for the Firebirds.
One of the 4 Firebirds that has been walked.
Swing and a miss to start this one off.
What does Illinois Wesleyan have in them here? This game is a lot more than just a semifinal, because how they win it matters as much as winning it, especially with a doubleheader, hopefully, looming with North Central should they advance to the championship tomorrow.
Swing and a miss for strike 2.
Benson really using those off-speed pitches to great effect now. That one's sinking right below the strike zone and gets the swing.
But after, like you were saying, Wesleyan would love to win this one by a good margin and going with a lot of confidence facing North Central tomorrow, who they just lost sizably to.
And it looks like Benson's going to be called for a second balk. Now that's something that obviously I think head coach Michael Keller and the pitching coaching staff are going to want to rectify. It's probably the only flaw you can find in this Benson performance. So that does mean Felber advances to second.
And that one's chopped foul back to Woltman.
Yeah, now best thing for Benson would be a strikeout. Obviously any out is good, but having just balked, trying to refocus, you want to get that first strikeout. Add to a great stat line.
A good hit from Christian Duarte could mean the Firebirds finally get a run on the board.
Which is crazy given that they've been hitless so far. One hit could change everything.
And that's going to bring the count to 2-2.
Runner on second, 2 outs. Christian Duarte at the dish. Big lead off from Felber.
Gets a hold of that one, but it's going to go into foul territory.
Yeah, into the area the student section usually is. We've seen big attendances throughout the week. This game, no different.
Lots of parents, lots of family out here to support this Titan crew. Again, fouled out down the third base line.
Duarte is making Benson work for every pitch. He's not giving him any freebies.
That's what you love to see out of a batter. 2 strikes on the board, you're still fighting in foul after foul.
Foul balls can have a lot more meaning than people realize.
And that one, a strike inside. Duarte looked like he had to dodge it, but he's going to be caught looking.
No runs
And
on, no hits,
the Titans
no
are
errors,
going
and
to go back to the
up.
dugout unscathed.
Yeah, they take a 4-0 lead on account of a delightful strikeout from Cole Benson. We were talking about how much he needed it. Tyler Voltman helps that one to just edge inside of the strike zone. So 4-0 for the Titans, and Cole Benson has a no-hitter through 4 innings. We'll be back after a quick word from our sponsor.
Why is Illinois Wesleyan the #1 school in Illinois for jobs? Maybe it's because we're the AND University. That's right, A-N-D. And here you can explore the arts and study in a pre-professional program, double major, and play a sport, do an internship, and study abroad. Your opportunities are endless. Set yourself apart with a degree from Illinois Wesleyan.
And we are back here for the top of the 5th between the Titans and the Firebirds, who are yet to find the scoreboard here in this crucial conference match.
No, the Carthage Firebirds really struggling to get on base even. They've drawn 4 walks from Cole Benson, but other than that, haven't done much. Cole Benson delivering a great pitching performance. For what it's worth, Wyatt Midori doing a fine job himself, giving up 5 hits in total, 4 earned runs. 3 of those came very early with 1 out in the first. Since then, he's reset. I'm sure if he could have that first inning back, he would gladly take another stab at it. But this way, he's going to try and quiet the Titan bats in the 5th.
Yeah, the Titans have just done a phenomenal job. When they make contact, they're running the bases well, smartly. And now you got Gadomski, a great hitter for the Titans. He's going to swing and miss for strike 1.
Domsky.
That one's going to go over to Devine. Devine's going to scoop it up, throw it quickly to Moser, and get the out at first just in time.
So Godomski's quiet evening continues, 0 for 3 today, but at any moment he could explode. Cade Tomhave, who follows him here, is 1 for 2 today.
First baseman, number 27, Cade Tomhave.
And now the first baseman, Cade Tomhave, in the batter's box to make some noise for the Titans.
Yeah, they'd love to add to this lead. They did well to get 1 run on the board in the last inning. And obviously you can't really, if you're batting, you can't be banking on a flawless performance pitching.
And that one fielded by the third baseman with a great, precise throw over to Moser.
Yeah, Felber, absolutely flawless throw. He read that contact from Tomhave perfectly.
Third baseman, number
And
1,
now with
Jimmy
2 outs on the
Gergoni.
board, it's going to bring up Jimmy Gergoni, the third baseman for the Titans.
Just about halfway through this game.
Gergoni's going to watch that ball once it hits just in front of the plate.
Goni has knocked in one of Wesleyan's runs via an RBI double earlier in this game.
Still waiting for the strike is Jimmy Gergoni.
Well, he'll gladly take everything but strikes. Get on base here. Rattle Midori, who's had a couple of good pitches in this inning.
And Felber fields it, throws it precisely again to Moser, and that is the Firebirds out of the inning.
1, 2, 3 for the Illinois Wesleyan Titans. Wyatt Midori really settling into this game, getting a scoreless inning there. He'll be hoping his bats can produce something and break up the resistance of Cole Benson. Find out what happens next here on the Titan Broadcast Network.
It's time to play Did You Know with Illinois Wesleyan. First off, true or false? On average, over half of tuition for accepted students is covered by scholarships and grants. True. IWU invests more than $40 million in scholarships and grants for students each year. Where has IWU ranked in highest earning graduates among small schools in Illinois? If you guessed number 1, you got it. And what's even better, IWU is the number 1 college in Illinois for getting a job and number 7 in the nation. Last question, how much does it cost to apply to Illinois Wesleyan? If you said nothing, well, you're right. There's absolutely no application fee. So what are you waiting for? Visit, apply, and see all the opportunities for success that await you at Illinois Wesleyan University.
And welcome back here for the bottom of the fourth here.
It's the bottom of the fifth. Just a small correction. We have a little error on our score bug here.
And the Titans unable to score at that last at bat. 3 up, 3 down for the Firebirds. And then now Evan Devine, the second baseman, in the batter's box.
Devine looking for something to break up the Benson resistance. He's had a very impressive stat line so far. Got his first strikeout there to end the fourth inning.
And that one over to Gergoni, not able to get it in his glove. And that finally ends the no-hitter for Titans.
Well, it was an error there from, well, not credited as an error, but a little bit of a mishap for Wesleyan's Godomski. So we do have a runner on base for the Carthage Firebirds. Cole Benson obviously doesn't come into this game anticipating pitching a no-hitter or a perfect game, but it was bound to happen at some point. His postseason debut. And it is Evan Devine who breaks up the resistance.
Swing and a miss there for number 1, Jimmy Herget, the center fielder.
Now, for the time being, this has been credited as an error on Justin Godomski. So, still no hits officially scored by Carthage. Nonetheless, they do have a runner on first.
And strike 2 called there.
On the check swing from Herget. He's 0 for 1, fielded out last time up. Or rather, flew out, my mistake. Not sure if field out exists.
That one called ball, bringing the count to 2-2 here for Herget. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. There's the first strikeout of the inning for Cole Benson.
Yeah, and second strikeout overall. We saw him get that first strikeout with his last out, now getting 2 and 3 at bats. So real good stuff from Cole Benson, who's tapping into a whole new level of quality. Gets Herget swinging at that one, taking a big chop out of the air.
And that's going to bring up number 31, Colin Callahan.
Callahan earned a walk, but also flew out.
Checks on the runner at first. No out given. 0-0 count. 0-1 count for Callahan.
He has Devine on first.
Checks on him again, still no good.
Does Cole Benson have another strikeout in him here?
That one going foul territory.
So no balls, 2 strikes on the batter, Callahan. The Carthage Firebirds have been so quiet at the dish, and this has been a recurring problem this tournament. Yesterday in the all-important elimination game against North Central, they didn't score in the first 8 innings of the game. When they finally did, they very nearly brought home a third to tie the game. A very dramatic tag from the North Central catcher ended their hopes, but always frustrating not to score for so long.
Absolutely. Callahan looking to end the scoring drought here. Benson throws one outside for ball 2.
Yeah, they've barely been getting runners into scoring position. If you're Augie Schmidt IV and you want your Carthage team to produce something,
and that one inside is going to bring it to a full count here for Colin Callahan.
Now this team, Carthage Firebirds, have been deprived of glory for quite a while. The check on the runner.
Devine staying disciplined at the bag there, not getting thrown out. Hits that one high into right field. Routine catch.
Matt Hudick scoops it up and makes it 2 outs for the inning. Cole Benson continues a very strong pitching performance, getting out of a full count situation there. We were just discussing Carthage's Augie Schmidt IV, true legend of Division III baseball as a whole. Over 1,000 wins as the coach of this Firebirds team, and succeeding his father, who previously held the record.
Swings that one foul.
This Carthage team has a winning culture, despite the fact that it's been a while since they've been to the College World Series. On 4 occasions, they've placed in the top 4.
And that one high and inside, going to be called ball 1.
Max Cairo searching for anything here.
Swing and a miss for strike 2. Benson bringing some heat with that one.
No, he's found a new gear, if that's in any way possible. He's not giving up walks like he used to. He's finding the strike zone with more ease, so he started the game strong, but he's only improving as it goes on.
That one high in the middle. Brings it to a 2-2 count. 2 outs. Benson looking for a pitch to get the Titans out of this inning.
I feel like for both of these teams, it'll be disappointing if they don't come away with the conference title.
And finds the hit over to left field.
Max Cairo breaks the Cole Benson resistance 4 2/3 innings into this game. After what seemed to be a base hit earlier was credited as an error. That is the first official hit on the board for the Firebirds. So now they have 2 runners on, still 2 outs, and I think all that matters for Cole Benson is to reset, forget about the fact that you've given up a hit, and get P.J. Moser out as quick as possible.
Absolutely, that's the best hit Carthage has had all game. Benson's had a phenomenal game thus far.
2 flyouts for P.J. Moser so far today.
And quickly throws a strike 1 at P.J. Moser, who just looks at it. And Woltman's quickly picking that one up, not letting any bases get stolen.
No, the worst thing you want here after giving up the first hit of the game is to have 2 runners in scoring position. The Firebirds will feel buoyed if that was the case.
That one thrown very outside. Woltman there for the snag.
He doesn't want to load the bases here with 2 outs. He started the inning so confidently.
Fouled out down the first base line.
That's the sort of sinking pitch that always gets batters swinging even when it's outside of the zone. Moser took a cut out of it.
Brings the count to 2-2. Benson needs one more strike to get the Titans out of the inning unscathed. Smacks that one into foul territory. He's going to keep him in the batter's box.
Allen went all the way to the wall and with great velocity under it too. The Titans will be glad to see it skew foul.
And strike 3. Going to be caught looking. And the Titans keeping this drought for the Firebirds still lead 4 runs to nothing.
Huge from Cole Benson, who finishes off an inning with a looking strikeout. Second frame in a row that he's done just that. And behind the mighty arm of Cole Benson, the Illinois Wesleyan Titans take a 4-0 lead into the 6th inning. We'll have the green and white bats up next here on the Titan Broadcast Network.
Welcome back to Jack Hornberger Fields. The Titans still lead 4 runs to nothing. And the Illinois Wesleyan softball team, who's also in the CCIW finals tomorrow, has come out to support them.
No, that's what you love to see. I mean, this is a team that's done so well. In case you missed it, it was right here on IWSports.com. But the Titans softball team triumphed 13-3 over bitter rivals Milliken and punched their ticket to the championship game tomorrow. They'll face either Augustana or Milliken. That game's going on right now. But just lovely to see the softball team come out to support their fellow ball players here, even on a day where they have rest and recuperation to get to.
Absolutely. The Titans so supportive of each other, and it shows today. As big bad J.P. Ferraro steps into the batter's box.
Yeah, we've spent so much time, rightfully so, discussing Cole Benson's performance, but the hitting has been perfectly solid as well. Ferraro responsible for 2 of the 4 runs on the board. Slight delay of game here, and we're getting an umpire conference on the third base line. Not quite sure what the reason is.
Seemed to be some round of applause over there from the Titan fans down the third base line.
Yeah, we have a little unofficial student section out there, not officially within the bounds of Hornberger Field, but so we apologize for the brief delay here. Let's give you a quick summary of what this game's been all about. If you missed it at the start, Illinois Wesleyan scored 3 unanswered runs in the first inning, and since then they've added 1 in the 4th to bring us the current 4-0 scoreline. Cole Benson largely responsible for this lead, giving up just 1 hit across 5 innings of work on the mound for the Titans.
See now on the screen those Titan fans making some noise. Seems to be the cause of the delay.
Michael Keller, the head coach, in discussion with the umpires. We do apologize that we're not able to provide any sort of information as to what this might be regarding. One thing is for sure, we're still waiting on the 6th inning to get started here. So we have received word that the issue is with certain interactions between the fans down the third baseline and players on the diamond. Whatever the case may be, the umpires trying to take care of it. Still a delay in game, but that's as much information as we could get regarding the situation.
Midori's the pitcher still in for Carthage.
Yeah, always interesting to see whether pitchers benefit or not from little delays like this. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back playing baseball. JP Ferraro is going to step into the batter's box.
And the third base fans excited about that one for sure.
Yeah, this is the loudest Hornberger Field has gotten, regardless of what you think of this whole situation. Certainly providing a vibrant atmosphere.
That one's high and outside. Ferraro's not going to swing at that one.
Oh, we mentioned earlier Ferraro with that double RBI single and a strikeout, so mixed feelings about his performance so far, but he'll be happy to have contributed 2 huge runs to the Titans' tally.
Ferraro sitting at a 2-1 count right now.
Midori pitching well here with that last one after 2 pitches went off the mark.
That one high and outside again.
Crowd's getting into it.
We're starting to see some action in the Carthage bullpen down the line. See how long Midori's going to stay on this mound.
Unsurprising, I'm sure his arm is tiring. He's thrown quite a few pitches.
And Ferraro's going to foul tip that one. Brings his count to a full count.
Now Midori's stat line, not a poor one whatsoever. 5 hits given up through 5 innings for 4 earned runs, 3 walks and a strikeout. So yes, it pales in comparison to Cole Benson, but it's a sort of stat line that I'm sure he'll take gladly.
And Ferraro slugs that one into center field short, but it's going to be caught. A diving catch from Jimmy Herget.
That's magnificent from Herget. Repaying the faith you've been shown by your pitcher by making grabs like that, and it gets rid of a very dangerous hitter and equally dangerous base runner in JP Ferraro, as you get the replay on your screen here.
And just barely able to get to it.
So Tristan Figgis is back at the dish. He's only registered 1 official at-bat so far. He has a single and a walk.
It's been a reliable hitter today for the Titans. Definitely someone to get the bats going with Gage Wolf right behind him.
Now, there really is no weak part of this Titan order, and that's what's been so useful all year.
And Figgis didn't go, but it's still called strike.
2 strikes now on the right fielder.
And this one going down between the first and second baseman.
Vivian scoops it up.
Toss over to Moser with ease for out number 2.
Yeah, Midori, and I say it again, looking really solid ever since that first inning. You take away that first inning, he has a stat line that's the envy of any pitcher in college baseball.
Yeah.
Second baseman, number 7.
Midori not doing a bad job pitching. Actually doing a great job pitching. The Titans are just batting better.
Yeah, 6 innings start, which he's approaching, is a fantastic mark if you're a pitcher.
And called strike 1 high. Gage Wolf, one we can look for a bunt, as he's got some wheels on him. Swing and a miss for strike 2.
Yeah, Wolf taking a big chop out of that one, doesn't get a hand on it though, so 0-2 count, trying to get on base for the first time today.
Foul tips there. It's going to stay alive for this one.
And that's important, especially with Jack Flagg coming up. The only Titan to register 2 hits so far. Just goes to show Midori pitching well.
And that one high and outside brings count to 1-2.
Illinois Wesleyan Titans fell pretty convincingly to North Central College in their first game of the day, 13-5.
And that one, a chopper over to first base. Scooped up by Moser. Tags first base, and that is Carthage out of the inning.
The Carthage Firebirds are doing a fine job defensively over the last few innings, but they are struggling at the plate. Can they finally get something going against the near impeccable Cole Benson? Find out when we come back here on IWSports.com.
Need tickets to that next event? Well, at 12-ounce sports, we've got them with soccer anywhere in the world. Tickets to any venue, any sport. Want to go to NCAA or NFL football matches? We've got them.
Yeah.
Baseball at every level. Every Power 5 matchup is available. Don't forget, costumes and paint are optional. What's that? You want to go to Broadway? We have those too. Want to jam out? Every concert, every artist. That's right, at 12-ounce sports, we've got the tickets for less. 12ozsports.com/tickets. That's 12ouncesports.com/tickets.
And welcome back to Jack Ortenberger Field, as we haven't had any further disturbances from the third base line. Firebirds up to bat, struggle to find the scoreboard thus far.
No, seriously, they have one measly single, and it's not so much that they're failing at the plate. They're one of the hardest hitting teams in the conference, if not the hardest hitting team, but Cole Benson has been so good.
And a swing and a miss. You can see why Cole Benson is giving this team trouble. And he's just got such a capable team of fielders behind him.
No, it's so easy to do what you do when you know that your infield and your outfield have your back. And I don't want to exclude Tyler Woltman from that discussion. He's done a fine job framing these pitches.
Absolutely. Not only framing, but stopping any pitches from getting past him. He's so springy, so good at staring down the runners, making sure they're not going to steal any bases. A lot of credit goes to Woltman.
No, seriously, a huge presence in this team.
And that one hit down the third base line, and it's fair. Looks to turn to a double. For a double, he's going to get there in plenty of time.
Standing double for Xander Tubbs, and perhaps the floodgates are slowly opening here. The Firebirds finally having an in here. They're trying to find something against Cole Benson. They got their first hit in the previous inning, and now a first extra base hit from Xander Tubbs. Matt Felber is next. He's 0 for 1 with a ground out into a fielder's choice as well as a walk.
Carthage, though, finding their momentum.
Yeah, no, they're running out of time. And, you know, we were just talking about Tyler Woltman, how crucial he is to this team. Mm-hmm. One of the many considerations in an elimination game is that it would be the last time you have your seniors on the diamond. Mm-hmm. So the thought that this could be their last ever game certainly motivating them to make it not so. Of course, winning the CCIW seals a ticket for the NCAA regionals, prolongs this season for another week.
Absolutely. If you're the Titans, you'd love to secure that spot. Extend the season for this really senior-heavy team.
No, 13 graduating seniors. It's quite a number, so
Coach
Titans want a nice send-off for them.
Coach Keller has been talking all season long about the leadership these seniors have. Be a tough day to say goodbye to them.
So far, so good, though, if Cole Benson keeps dealing the way he has. Obviously has a runner in scoring position, something we haven't said much today. That's Xander Tubbs. But if Benson can take care of Matt Felber here, 1-2 count.
that one, Gadomski is able to snag up, tries to make the throw, unable to make it. That's a tough throw to make if you're Gadomski. You're diving over.
No, it's near impossible, and for a second I thought if anyone can do it, it's Justin Gadomski, and he gave it a try, didn't get away, so for what it's worth, keeps the runner at second. Xander Tubbs being afforded that luxury, what with no one on first base. But now 2 on, nobody out, and Carthage are maybe feeling a little bit of a momentum shift, and indeed we get our first mound visit.
Absolutely. Cole Benson, his arm's probably starting to get a little bit tired. Gadomski looking a little rattled after that play. But
hardly his fault, you know. He's been huge for this team. He's allowed a couple unfortunate plays. Now, I doubt we will see Benson substituted just yet, but Michael Keller just needing to give him some words of reassurance.
I believe this is the first time Carthage has had 2 runners on base all game long.
I think they've had it once before, but it certainly wasn't with no outs. It was on account of 2 walks. Now it's from 2 hits. As the Firebirds finally getting something going, they're still being shut out.
Titans still got room, but at the same time, don't want to give up any lead with 3 innings left to play. A lot can happen in 3 innings if Carthage gets the bats going.
Yeah, in a postseason game, you're not thinking about, oh, no-hitter, shutout. You're not thinking about little individual statistical achievements, but you don't want to have your lead threatened. And 4 runs is not that secure of a lead.
Absolutely. A couple of good swings to the bat, and it could be a tie ball game.
Drew Knecht took ball 1 there.
Hit over the pitcher. Wolf able to snag it for the double play.
Oh, my word. Gage Wolf
snags the ball right as it's getting past second, touches second, and leaping away from first base, makes the throw.
Ladies and gentlemen, take a look at this. I mean, come on. That's all one motion from Gage Wolf. He just never stops. He uses the second base bag as a launching pad.
The speed and athleticism out of this man is crazy. And that one over to Gergoni. Throws it to Tom Have, and that's a quick 3 outs. And the Firebirds still no runs on the board after an incredible play by Gage Wolf.
Amazing stuff all around from the infield. Gage Wolf, the showstopper there. Hornberger Field louder than it's been all day, all week, dare I say. 4-0 to Illinois Wesleyan with 3 innings of baseball left to play. A championship berth is on the line when we come back on IWSports.com.
OSF Healthcare Cardiovascular Institute has been named one of the top hospital systems in the country for heart care. This prestigious award by the American College of Cardiology comes from our commitment to providing the highest quality of care, from general cardiology to complex surgeries and the latest technology. Nationally recognized heart care right here. OSF Healthcare Cardiovascular Institute.
What is
And welcome back for the top of the 7th here for this game between the Firebirds and the Titans. The Titans have kept the Firebirds to 0 runs after an incredible play by Gage Wolf for a double play.
No, seriously, we've spent so much time talking about what Cole Benson has done to contribute to what's been a 6-inning shutout. But it wouldn't be possible without plays like that. Gage Wolf stepping on the second base bag and delivering an absolute sizzler of a throw to K. Tom Have over at first to beat the runner from the home.
And let's not forget Justin Gadomski over at shortstop, making a stop, not allowing a runner to advance to third, and preventing a run from scoring.
No, you look back at little things like that, and you think these are the moments that win games. Michael Keller and the coaching staff are well aware of that.
Jack Flagg wasting no time. Is going to swing and miss at that one.
So one strike on Wolf, or on Flagg, rather. Wyatt Midori out for a 7th inning of work, and I don't think anybody could have anticipated that after the first.
And that one inside and low. Going to bring the count to 1-1. Yeah, usually after 6 or so innings, you usually see a pitching change. Midori's had a good game, though. So
yeah,
can't get one
very
more
impressive. Very impressive from Midori. The way he reset, the way he refocused. It's almost disappointing to think that pitching performances like that can end up credited with losses, but such is the magic of Cole Benson on the other end.
Absolutely. And that one short of the plate brings the count to 2-2.
Yeah, the Wesleyan bats, I know we've spent a lot of time applauding them defensively, but the bats have struggled a little bit over the last couple innings. A 4-run lead is sort of that iffy middle ground. You don't know if it's secure or not, as that one's fouled way back.
Absolutely. It's a good lead, but it's one you still need to work like you have. It's a tie game in order to keep. If you get too comfortable, you'll allow a few runs, and just like that, you could be going into extra innings.
Oh, yeah, the Wesleyan bats can't get complacent.
Absolutely.
2-2 pitch coming to Jack Flagg.
And a swing and a miss for a strikeout for Midori.
That's only his second. He's gotten the job done in various other ways, but he gets a nice swinging strikeout. I'm sure that's going to be satisfying for the young pitcher.
The catcher, number 0.
Take another look at that. Just catching the edge of the zone there and drawing the swing.
Just misses the ball high, too. And now we've got Tyler Woltman, the catcher. Swings and misses at ball 1.
Yeah, we saw a sacrifice bunt from him to advance a runner to third earlier, a walk before that. So even though he's hitless in this game, I think it's safe to say it's been a much better game for him than the one against North Central.
Absolutely. Tough position for him to be up with no runners on base. Usually he's the guy you look for a sacrifice play.
Exactly.
But you can get a single on the board, draw a walk, maybe good productive at bat for Tyler Woltman.
That's what you have to love about this Titan squad. They draw the best out of every part of this order.
And that one chopped over the pitcher. Fielded by the shortstop over to first. Not in time. Woltman's safe.
Tyler Woltman, count on him in that 9-hole. He is as trustworthy as anyone. Gets an infield single out of it. I don't think that's going to get credit as an error, because what would it be? There wasn't really a fielding stutter. It's just Woltman took off, and I know generally there's that stereotype that catchers tend to be slower players. Woltman off to the races.
Gets there just in time. And credit to Callahan. He made a good fielding play off that chopper.
Yeah, it's not an easy throw to handle. That could have turned into a throwing error if Callahan wasn't prepared for it. So Matt Hudick back up. Another player who's only registered one official at bat.
And that one's called strike, bring it to an 0-1 count.
In case you're keeping an eye on the action in the CCIW softball tournament taking place at neighboring Inspiration Field, looking likelier and likelier that we're going to see an Illinois Wesleyan Augustana final, as that one's bunted foul.
A bunt's a good move here. Get a runner on first, get a runner on second in scoring position. Just extend that lead a little bit.
No, they really want to run. It's not a situation where they desperately need insurance runs. That would be more so in a 1 or 2 run lead, but always welcome.
Absolutely. that one, it's called strike 2. Oh, sorry, ball 1.
So Hudick working a 1-2 count here.
And that one smoked over to the left field, over to the third base line. Woltman's going to advance to second. Hudick to first.
Much, much needed. They haven't had a multi-hit inning in quite a while, since the 4th inning, if I'm not mistaken. So good stuff from Illinois Wesleyan. In fact, they haven't had a hit since the 4th inning. So major moment there to get back-to-back singles from Woltman and Hudick.
Absolutely.
Brings up Gadomski, who I'm sure will be motivated. He's had a couple of difficult fielding situations, so it'll just make him even more hungry at the plate.
Absolutely. No official hits registered yet, but it's been left on base twice and has scored a run here for the Titans. He's hungry for it. Does a swing at that one. Looks at ball 1.
There you see a stat line on your screens. Like we mentioned, 2 groundouts, fly out. 2 on, 1 out for Justin Gadomski.
They're going to check on Woltman at second. That almost got away from the second baseman.
Evan Devine doing well to keep it at bay.
That's an error you cannot afford as Carthage. You cannot give up a free third base like that.
No, that would be dangerous, and with that ball in the outfield, could come all the way home with a little luck.
Gadomski with a swing and a miss there. Yeah.
Gadomski maintaining a ridiculous average over 380 this year. Started all 41 games, been simply crucial, fundamental to this Illinois Wesleyan team's success.
And that one, low and outside. Gonna call ball 2.
What's really interesting to me is how this Titans team's objectives have evolved. Midway through the season, they were looking at 2, maybe 3 seed in this tournament, and now it's almost a disappointment that they're playing an elimination game on day 3.
Absolutely, they definitely did not have the game they expected against the Cardinals. Gadomski smokes that one foul in the parking lot. But yeah,
I think a few people flinched on that one.
Absolutely. Went right over the heads of some people on the bench over by the Titan dugout. But yeah, the Titans, a fearsome foe indeed. Not one you're looking at for elimination.
Prior to that loss to North Central, 12 of 13 games recently won by the Titans.
And that was low, stopped by Duarte.
And good thing too, because Woltman was ready to pounce.
Absolutely. Only 1 out. Woltman gets that third base. It's deadly. And some noise coming now out of the Titan dugout.
Just listen to this atmosphere.
Hits that one down the third base line.
Called foul, even though it appeared to bounce over the bag and seemed to be hovering right near that line. The call is foul ball, so we'll do it all over again, but I think a few of the Titan faithful here in the stands were thinking that was fair.
Absolutely, even the third base coach over there was calling fair, but umpire calls foul.
That's the only call that ultimately matters. So Gadomski will try again.
And Gadomski's got to be feeling confident. I mean, that was a good swing on that last one. And Midori throws a ball and is going to walk Gadomski. And now the base is loaded. 1 out, and Tom Have up to bat.
This is exactly what Illinois Wesleyan needed, and this is the time to do it. They can put this game beyond any doubt with a couple more hits, or even just one big one from Cade Tom Have. Now, he's not particularly fond of the long ball. He has 3 home runs this season, but he has knocked in 44 runs. Now with an opportunity, 2 runners in scoring position, 3 runners on in total.
Absolutely. All you need is a good single, and you'll get a runner in. An outfield double would be fantastic. Now we got a mound visit. This may be the end of Midori's day.
See, it's a difficult decision because on the one hand, it seems like Midori's time is up. It seems like the last straw is gone. But on the other, who do you bring in to relieve him with one out and the base is loaded? It's not a situation any relief pitcher wants to step into.
And it looks like we are going to have that release pitcher as the head coach signals towards the bullpen. We'll go to a quick break, and when we come back, we'll tell you about this new pitcher for the Firebirds here on the Titan Sports Network. And welcome back here as we've had a pitching change for the Firebirds. Midori had a good day, but his day finally comes to an end. And Jake Papagallo here to answer the call for the Firebirds.
Yeah, we saw a terrific performance from Wyatt Midori. We'll hold off on giving him his final stat line because with these three runners all having reached while Midori was still out there, he could get credited with some earned runs that really, I don't know how much of the blame you can pin on him. Maybe he should have been pulled after the sixth. It wouldn't surprise me if that's the case, even with Cole Benson, who's been lights out. As for the relief pitcher for Carthage, it's Jake Papagallo. We've already seen him in action in this tournament and against Illinois Wesleyan last week. He's been credited with 3 wins and 3 losses, made 21 appearances, all in relief. So he's a classic reliever with a 3.48 ERA, 41 and 1/3 innings pitched so far this year. So someone who knows how to come in and do an inning 2 or 3 of work, that's exactly what Carthage need, but a real difficult situation for him to step into.
Absolutely crucial game. Bases loaded, 1 out for the Titans. And you got some good hitters coming up for the Titans. So Papagallo really needs to have the game of his life.
A couple outs here. If he could draw a double play from Cade Tomhave, I would dare say that gives the Carthage Firebirds more motivation from a batting perspective to know that they escaped such a dangerous situation. Now, not to speak it into existence, Tomhave, a capable hitter who could do the exact opposite, drill this one back to the wall and get some runs in. So we'll see if any of those 2 scenarios transpires. As Tomhave getting ready to step into the batter's box in just a second. Home plate umpire signaling to him that Papagallo is entitled to a couple more warm-up pitches.
Yep, not quite yet, Tomhave, but you can tell he's ready. I mean, bases loaded. What batter wouldn't be when you're in this situation? You're looking for that golden grand slam.
Especially, I mean, with a 4-run cushion, you have that luxury where you can afford to swing for it, at least on a couple pitches. If this game was 8 or 9 nothing compared to 4, then he'd certainly be going at every single pitch. But this way, a little more calculated. Let's see what Papagallo has, and more importantly, what Tomhave has.
And Papagallo starts this one out with a ball.
Off-speed pitch to the outside, and it's low.
Long way here for Papagallo to throw a pitch. Throws that one low.
This is what I was referring to when we were discussing Midori being subbed out in this moment. You bring in a pitcher into a bases-loaded situation, and they can't afford to have that sort of shakiness that you often see after entering the game. So Papagallo doesn't have the liberty to be throwing balls, and that's somewhat unfair to him. It's a situation a lot of relievers have to deal with, though.
Absolutely. You need to be sharp from the get-go. Tomhave's going to swing at that one.
Much better pitch from Papagallo there.
Yeah. Papagallo might be trying to extend the time between his pitches a little bit, let the nerves get to Tomhave, hoping that he can't get a good swing going.
Yeah, you want those low pitches, you want those sinkers, you want off-speed balls. Draw a double play ideally. If not, then a ground out. Fielder's choice, perhaps.
And that one outside.
Tom Have not biting, and that's the sort of experience you expect from a player with as much pedigree as Cade Tom Have. He knows a walk is another run on the board, and then Gorgoni just gets to do it all over again.
Absolutely. If you're Papagallo, you can't afford another ball. It's got to be a strike here, and you got to get him swinging. And that one's outside. Tom Have's going to walk in. Woltman's going to take a trot on home.
5-0 Illinois Wesleyan here in the 7th inning. And the most beautiful aspect of this is that it's still bases loaded, still 1 out with an equally dangerous hitter coming up.
Absolutely. Jamie Gorgoni's been credited with a few doubles this season. Could easily smoke a ball and add a couple runs for the Titans.
He already has an RBI to his name. In fact, most of the runs have come from this 3-4-5 section of the order. Tom Have, Gorgoni with 1 apiece, and then Ferraro knocking in 2.
Gonna look at that one. It's called ball 1.
Every ball feels wonderful right now if you're a Titan fan. And if you're the Carthage Firebirds, this spells disaster.
Got Hudick at third, Gadomski at second, Tom Have at first. All great base runners, capable, smart. Papagallo. And Gorgoni swings at that one. And third baseman Felbert is going to make the throw at first, but not before Hudick scores.
So it's 6-0 Illinois Wesleyan. That's what you wanted if you're Gorgoni. Obviously, always the risk of grounding into a double play. No, that was a slow enough roller that it didn't give the infield enough time to deal with it in a way that could get 2 outs. And instead, scores a run. Still 2 runners in scoring position. This inning's not over.
Absolutely. Very productive thus far for the Titans. And big bad J.P. Ferraro here to answer the call to send Gadomski and Tom Have home.
He's knocked in 2 runs already. A base hit pretty much guarantees at least 1, if not 2.
Waits for that one. Signals Gadomski go back to third.
Illinois Wesleyan will be further motivated. I think perhaps these 2 runs make it increasingly likely that Cole Benson will be back out for another inning with a bigger cushion.
Absolutely. And that one low and inside. Absolutely. And you look at Tristan Figgis down there on deck. I was talking with the coach, talking some strategy. Titans plan to be at bat for a while here, even though they got 2 outs.
Yeah, no, now the good thing for Papagallo is he can afford a walk. Doesn't want to load the bases again, but at least it's not an RBI walk like the one we saw from Cade Tom Have.
Already a 2-0 count here for Ferraro. Again, low 3-0 count. You got to wonder how much of a leash does Papagallo have right now.
Now he's barely stepped into the game, and you can't really blame him, but at the same time, can't be keeping him in just for fun.
Absolutely. Especially with a batter like Ferraro. Finally finds the strike zone.
J.P. Ferraro took a couple steps to his right, almost as if to entice the home plate umpire to call that in his favor.
Absolutely. Home plate umpire took his time calling that one, but Ferraro's got to step back into this box.
He was never swinging at that pitch, to be fair.
Absolutely not. 3-0 count. You'll look at it, see if you can't get another ball. This one smoked over to the second baseman. They're going to throw Ferraro out at first.
Devine does well to get on the end of that one and fire it over to the first baseman, Moser. So just the 2 runs for Illinois Wesleyan, but 2 precious runs. They take a 6-0 lead into the 7th inning stretch. When we come back, we'll find out if it's Cole Benson or someone else out on the mound for Illinois Wesleyan.
and welcome back here for the bottom of the 7th inning here in what is basically a semifinal match here for the CCIW. The winner going on to face the North Central Cardinals and for a potential doubleheader tomorrow.
Yeah, so if you're confused by the double elimination format, you're not alone. Essentially what this means is that every team is allowed one loss before they're eliminated. That applies to the North Central Cardinals, who won the main bracket. So the winner of the losers bracket, which will be determined by this game, as that one's a flyout from Devine. The winner of this one has to win twice tomorrow, as North Central have not lost yet.
And they looked sharp today against the Titans. So whoever wins this game has their work cut out for them tomorrow.
The beautiful thing for the Cardinals is they've beaten both of these teams across the last 2 days. They beat Carthage in a thriller, 3-2, and then ran away with that one against Wesleyan. It was shaping up to be an all-time classic, real close one, and then they scored 9 unanswered runs in the last 3 innings.
Absolutely. The Titans so far, a shutout against the Firebirds. That one's thrown a little bit inside.
Speaking of the shutout, it's Cole Benson who's pitching yet another inning. He was happy about that quick out, so prolonging his time out here.
That one's hit high into center field. Going to be caught with ease by Matt Hudick.
Yeah, Jimmy Herget easily taken care of. So it's been 4 pitches, 2 outs for Cole Benson. That's what you want when you're out for your 7th inning of work. You don't want to be throwing too much. Want to save that arm with important games coming up, whether it's tomorrow or next week. Ideally, the Titans will be competing in the regionals.
Callahan hits that one foul. Back into the parking lot.
Callahan, quiet day for him, 0 for 2 with 2 flyouts and a walk. A walk or anything of the like just won't do. They need something bigger here.
Gonna say he didn't go. It's gonna be a 1-1. Hits that one high into right field. It looks like it's going to foul territory. Doesn't matter. It's caught by the right fielder, Tristan Figgis. And a quick 3 up, 3 down for the Titans.
Cole Benson continues to deal heat across the plate. So Illinois Wesleyan is firing on all cylinders offensively and defensively. 6-0 lead heading into the 8th inning. They are 2 innings away from a rematch against the North Central Cardinals. We'll be back after a quick word from our sponsors.
Why is Illinois Wesleyan the #1 school in Illinois for jobs? Maybe it's because we're the AND University. That's right, A-N-D. And here you can explore the arts and study in a pre-professional program. Double major,
You want.
And you want that going in tomorrow against North Central. I'm sure the rage is burning for the Titans as they haven't played like that all season, and that's not a performance you want to see from a number 1 seeded team.
No, they want to live up to their billing as hosts, as favorites. A return to the CCIW championship would mean a lot. They've been there 4 times since they last won it in 2014 and lost on all 4 occasions. So there's a double vengeance burning in them come tomorrow should they close this game out.
First pitch dealt is a strike.
Yeah, rather disappointing for the Titans certainly to have fallen at the last hurdle on 4 straight occasions. Well, 4 straight across 7 or 8 years, but...
And Figgis hitting that one in the short center field, but it's going to be caught by Jimmy Herget. Another great diving catch.
Really impressive. That's what Herget wants to do. That's what Carthage have been hoping to do all along. Fielding-wise, has been a pretty good game, but at the dish, not so much. Good stuff from Herget nonetheless.
Absolutely. If he had let that one drop, easy single for Figgis, but gets to it just in time.
Yeah, and if that one drops, it could sneak under the center fielder and go all the way back to the wall, which could turn into an extra base hit. So, a really important out.
Now Gage Wolf up to bat. Struggling to find a good hit so far. 2 ground out, 1 force out.
That being said, made that absolute highlight reel play on defense.
That is true. Man has got wheels, and he's all over the field. Hits that one down, fouled out to the third base line.
Which has, by the way, quieted down since the disturbance we saw between the 5th and 6th innings, if I'm remembering correctly.
Absolutely. Third base can get rowdy, but I'm sure the Titans love it.
Yeah, the atmosphere has been a huge part as to why they've had so much success, and now with it being warm weather for pretty much the first time all year, Titans turning out numbers. Bunt fouled. Down the third baseline to work into a 1-2 count.
Not an ideal position for Gage Wolf, but a capable hitter, definitely capable of getting out of this.
Yeah, and the good news is he doesn't have to. If the pitching staff, whether it's Benson or a reliever, keeps doing what they're doing, this 6-run cushion is plenty.
Absolutely. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Benson pitch all 9 innings, just the work he's doing. The Titans might just want to seal the deal. And Wolf hits that one to Devine. Devine's going to throw it over to Moser for the easy out at first, and that's 2 quick outs for the Firebirds.
Really clean performance from the Firebirds defensively. We talked about the quality pitching first from Midori and then from Papagallo. And fielding-wise, they haven't made any errors. Given up 7 hits across almost 8 innings, complete 8 innings. So can't really criticize much there if you're Augie Schmidt, but offensively, just nothing.
Absolutely, it's been dead. That one's outside. Jack Flagg not going to swing on that one.
Flagg been pivotal in this lead and building up this lead. 2 hits, both of them singles, knocked in a run with one of them.
And one of the RBIs for the Titans. That one called strike brings his count to 1-1.
Firebirds trying to make this a quick inning after Illinois Wesleyan had quite a few quiet offensive innings before finally getting a couple runs in the 7th to add to their lead.
And that one smoked out to the parking lot.
Seen a lot of those. That's not the direction you want these balls to be going in, but happens an awful lot here at Hornberger Field. Lovely facility in beautiful Bloomington. No call for Papagallo there. He delivered a strong pitch to the outer side of that zone, judged to have just been outside by the home plate umpire.
And that one hit high into center field. Jimmy Herget going to snatch that one up, and that's 3 up, 3 down for the Titans. A great hold here for the Firebirds, exactly what they needed, but they need to get the bats going here in the bottom of the 8th if they have any hope of advancing to the finals tomorrow.
Yeah, I know they're 6 outs away from being knocked out, and a season that started so triumphantly ending in failure. Now, do the Firebirds have any life in them? We'll find out. It is still Cole Benson on the mound. He's preparing to dish out some more when we come back here on the Titan Broadcast Network.
Need tickets to that next event? Well, at 12 Ounce Sports, we've got them with soccer anywhere in the world. Tickets to any venue, any sport. Want to go to NCAA or NFL football matches? We've got them.
Yeah.
Baseball at every level. Every Power 5 matchup is available. Don't forget, costumes and paint are optional. What's that? You want to go to Broadway? We have those too. Want to jam out? Every concert, every artist. That's right, at 12 Ounce Sports, we've got the tickets for less. 12ozsports.com/tickets. That's 12ouncesports.com/tickets.
And Cole Benson returns to the mound for the Titans. He's having himself a great game, a shutout right here. His arm's starting to look a little tired, but can he close this one out for the Titans?
We were just speculating about it during the 8th inning stretch as to whether Benson will pitch the full game, and at this point it's looking increasingly likely. He has been fantastic, and in the previous game, Illinois Wesleyan had to go to their bullpen quite a bit, so they want to avoid doing that now, especially now they feel that they have 1 foot in tomorrow's championship. They're going to need rested arms.
Absolutely. You know, you'll be looking to see pitchers like Jake Polo and Martinez come out and make a dent tomorrow against the Cardinals.
So it's Max Cairo first up against Cole Benson here. He's managed a hit. Not a lot of Firebirds can say they've done that today.
Benson's going to start this one out with a ball. Ball number 2 quickly.
There is action in the Titan bullpen.
A switch from Benson wouldn't be a shocker here. He's had a phenomenal game. His arm's got to be tired.
Yeah, maybe just a closing job then from Dalen Banks, who seems to be warming up out in the bullpen. A prolific closer to be a prolific pitcher, to be fair. He's made just 3 appearances, all starts. Banks not someone we've seen a lot of this year, but in the 12 innings he's pitched, he's been fantastic. Speaking of fantastic, Cole Benson looking to keep the train rolling. That's not the way to do it.
That's a walk, gets past Woltman. And here comes Coach Keller. It looks like Cole Benson's day is finally going to end. A phenomenal day at that.
No, seriously, I mean, we've already talked about him so much, and we still will. I mean, he deserves a standing ovation here from the Titan faithful if he is to be substituted. Discussion with Coach Keller. Maybe just a conference regarding how to pitch to P.J. Moser here. Or perhaps asking him how he feels. In this sort of situation, when you have that cushion, when you have a pitcher who's proven himself worthy of having a say in his own fate, maybe you're asking him, do you think you can see this one out?
Absolutely. He hasn't taken off the armband yet, and he's putting his glove back on. So
I think maybe Benson, like you, was thinking that his day was over. Instead, he'll be, it seems, staying on the mound. Yes.
Yeah.
Much to the excitement of the Wesleyan fans in the stands here. They want to see more of this cannon of an arm here.
Moser.
Sure, the fielders of the Titans not disappointed at all. I mean, the day Benson has had the day these fielders have had.
This is his 4th career start. his first ever collegiate postseason start. And this is the sort of performance he puts up. I mean,
as a freshman, too, we'll be looking to see many more great Titan years out of him.
He's going to be huge for this program, and in a team that's graduating so many seniors, including on the pitching staff, having someone like Cole Benson sticking around is going to be amazing.
Finally finds the strike zone, brings the count to 0-1.
Makes it 2 strikes, actually, after the foul ball from P.J. Moser. We missed it in our gushing about Benson on the mound. Dare I say, deserved gushing.
Definitely deserved gushing. That one gets away from Woltman, but he snatches it up real quick.
Spectacular day of baseball, slowly drawing to a close, but it's not the end of this very exciting CCIW tournament. The Titans looking like they may just be returning tomorrow. No call there.
No call, indeed. Brings the count to 1-2. Or 2-2, rather.
Even count now, and Moser's worked his way back into this at-bat. You see our instant replay right there. Very close. Now, if you're Benson, I think he's aware he needs to deliver a good pitch here, or at that point, his day might be over. Moser 0 for 3. He struck out already today.
Gonna check on the runner at first.
And I don't think that was really done with the intention of picking him off. The goal was simply give himself a little bit more time, resets the...
Scares the first base runner a little bit.
Yeah, why not?
And that one hit foul down third base line.
Moser staying alive. Got a good cut out of that one.
Max Cairo's going to have to head back to first there.
So if you're loving what you're seeing here at the CCIW baseball tournament, you'll want to stay with us on iwsports.com tomorrow. We'll be back at 2 p.m. Regardless of who wins this one, they'll be facing North Central tomorrow at 2.
And that one called ball 4. Going to take a walk, and I think Benson's day might be up this time.
And it is. So if we're not mistaken, I believe we saw Dalen Banks warming up in the bullpen. We'll have more information on him later. And a much, much deserved standing ovation for the phenomenal freshman, Cole Benson. We'll be back with more briefly on iwsports.com.
When competition for the best jobs is fierce, how do you set yourself apart? Experience? An education? Yes, but not just any education. At Illinois Wesleyan, we prepare graduates who break through the noise, who run the boardroom, the classroom, the lab, the stage. The best college for jobs in Illinois is right in your own backyard. Reach further, dream bigger, and break through at Illinois Wesleyan University.
And after that phenomenal performance, Cole Benson's day is done. He received a standing ovation from this Titan crowd and a standing ovation from his dugout. Well-deserved, keeping the Firebirds to no runs in a deadly Firebird team at that. But now answering the call, filling the shoes of Cole Benson, is Dalen Banks.
Yeah, what a player to bring in this situation. Someone that for unfortunate reasons we haven't seen throw much this year. Over the course of his collegiate career, however, he's been crucial for Illinois Wesleyan. He's led them in innings pitched across 2023 and 2024. Much less action this year, of course. This is only his 4th appearance of the season, so time to test out how he's feeling, where his fitness is at. Big opportunity for him, and as you mentioned, big shoes to fill after Cole Benson really staking a claim to be part of the starting rotation next year.
Absolutely. I mean, after that performance, you're not going to see him in tomorrow's game, sadly, but he can hang up his hat if it's over, and say, wow, good season.
Now, if the Carthage Firebirds have anything to say here across these last 2 innings, we won't be seeing the Illinois Wesleyan Titans at all tomorrow. Of course, the 6-0 cushion looking increasingly likely, but never say never. Let's see how Dalen Banks fares after he's done taking his warm-up pitches. The first batter he faces will be Xander Tubbs, someone who we saw get a hit off of Benson, one of only 3 Carthage Firebirds to register a hit today.
That's just insane. 3 hits only after close to 8 innings.
Oh, yeah. Good stuff from him. 7 full innings, his final count. We'll hold off on giving him his final stat line. He was pitching a shutout, and if Dalen Banks can clean things up here, it will go down as a 7-inning shutout. Of course, 2 runs could get credited to Benson. Even if they do get credited to him, lights out performance.
Absolutely. Titans do have to watch out. The Firebirds in a really favorable position here. You got a runner in scoring position on second in Max Cairo.
PJ Moser on first. So, big moment for Dalen Banks. First time we're seeing him in a while. Postseason action for the veteran.
Hyde hits the batter. That's going to be an immediate walk.
Now it's tricky. Now all of a sudden it's bases loaded, nobody out. No matter what the score, that's a great situation for the Firebirds, like you were saying. And again, Dalen Banks thrown into the fire. Big test of his fitness, where he's at. Drills Tubbs there and brings up Matt Felber, another one of the 3 players that managed a hit.
That one finds the strike zone. Bring the count to 0-1.
And if you can't tell, Dalen Banks is a fan favorite in Bloomington. Big applause for that first strike from him.
Absolutely. When he came out on the mound, there was a huge round of applause.
It's really a wonderful moment with Cole Benson coming off. Sort of maybe even a changing of the guard moment where you feel like Benson stepping into big shoes. Of course, certainly motivated by predecessors in this program like Banks.
Strike 2 is called there.
We see the little grimace from Felber. Real good work from Banks to get a 1-2 count. A strikeout would blow the roof off Hornberger Field.
Absolutely. You're in such a favorable position. You can't give anything up, even with a new pitcher like Banks on the mound.
Holtman's dragging these into the zone, but the umpire says no. So 2-2 count.
Hits that one high into right field. Godomski goes back to catch it. He stares down the runner at third. Cairo not gonna go home this time.
It's the right call. If you're the Carthage third base coach, you don't want to make that call for him to go home because that was out into shallow left field. So really manageable throw, especially for someone with a cannon for an arm like Jack Flagg has. And Dalen Banks' first out means a lot, not just to him, but to every Titan fan here in the crowd.
And Drew Knecht now hoping to answer the call.
Came into today as Carthage's best hitter, but has been silenced so far in this game. 0 for 3 in his 3 at-bats. He has 2 groundouts and a flyout. One of those groundouts was into a double play.
And that one drilled into center field. The diving catch gets past the center fielder. But the drought is finally ended for Carthage. They're going to score 2.
Well, now you start to wonder, what do you do about Dalen Banks? He's not necessarily pitching poorly. That one just getting out into center field, and that's the problem with those diving catches. We were talking about those what-ifs. Earlier, I think we saw a catch from the center fielder for Carthage in
number 23, Christian Duarte.
In Herget, who barely got on the end of one of those. Now, Matt Hudick failing to. It gets past him. 1 out, 2 runners in scoring position, 6-2. It's game on for the Firebirds.
And that definitely puts the nerves on for the Titans now. You've shut them out thus far, but now they have a chance to get some momentum going. And they got 2 runners in scoring position.
Still with just 1 out. And the double play potential, well, you need a freak double play here to end the inning with no runner on first. So
absolutely sacrifice fly option for the Firebirds. That one's fouled back towards the stands.
It's Christian Duarte at the dish. 0 for 2 today. Ground out, a strikeout, but a walk as well. A walk here would load the bases for Devine. Also, if Duarte reaches, that means the tying run would come to the plate. Banks looking for solutions here. 1-2 count.
Takes his time. Here's the pitch. That one hit high. Into center field again. This time, routine catch for Matt Hudick. Carthage is still going to score a run, but they're going to keep a runner at second.
Xander Tubbs takes off, and there was no throw, nothing to risk, bringing him connect to third base. And with 2 outs, you're feeling a little more comfortable, so you can almost allow that run to score. 6-3 now the score line. Carthage have really cut into the deficit, still have a runner in scoring position, but dare I say the edge is back with Dalen Banks and the Titans.
Absolutely. Carthage has now got some confidence in them, though, so they're going to need this edge in order to get out of the inning.
Evan Devine 0 for 3 today as he fouls the first pitch off. Ground out, fly out, and reached on an error. He was the first one to reach on anything other than a walk, if you'll recall, while Cole Benson still had a no-hitter going.
Absolutely. Titans don't want to give up any more runs right now. Banks is always looking for the strikeout. That one's hit high into center field. Matt Hudick gets another chance to redeem himself, and he does it successfully.
So it's 6-3 to Illinois Wesleyan through 8 innings. The Carthage Firebirds are down to their last 3 outs. But before we see Wesleyan return to defense, they'll have an opportunity to rebuild their lead. We'll have more for you. The 9th inning is coming up right here at Hornberger Field. Stay tuned on iwsports.com.
OSF Healthcare Cardiovascular Institute has been named one of the top hospital systems in the country for heart care. This prestigious award by the American College of Cardiology comes from our commitment to providing the highest quality of care, from general cardiology to complex surgeries and the latest technology. Nationally recognized heart care right here. OSF Healthcare Cardiovascular Institute.
What
And welcome back to Jack Hornberger Field for what potentially is the last inning of this CCIW match between the Titans and the Firebirds. The Firebirds finally finding the bats, and they have scored 3 runs, making their job a little less challenging in the bottom of the 9th. However, they still got their work cut out for them as they got to stop a capable Titan roster of getting some runs.
Yeah, they've opted to go to the bullpen, remove Papagallo from the game, bringing in a trusty reliever in Jay Cartman Jr., 0.83 ERA on the season. He's appeared in 19 games for a total of 21 and 2/3 innings, so someone who likes to close out games, pitch an inning or two. So we'll see him facing off against the bottom and then the top of this order. First up is Tyler Waltman.
Absolutely. And Jay Jr. needs to be sharp here.
Hartman Jr. absolutely would love a 1-2-3 inning and send this back to his bats, which have finally gotten going.
Ball one, first throw. And it looks like we're going to have a mound visit.
Little conference between Hartman Jr. and his catcher Duarte, as well as the shortstop Callahan. Just discussing how to approach Woltman, who's a tricky batter to face. He's 1 for 2 today. We saw him reach on a single earlier. He's also earned a walk, and his only unsuccessful, quote-unquote, at bat was a very successful sacrifice bunt.
And that one drilled out into right center field. Great hit from Woltman to start this one off.
Tyler Woltman is catching fire here in this elimination game. It's a winner-go-home situation, and one of the more experienced players in this Titan squad stepping up when it matters most.
Struggled in the first game to find the ball with his bat. Smokes that one into right center field. And that is going to bring up Matt Hudick.
Hudick has scored a run, having reached base on a single and a walk. He also has 2 groundouts, though.
Bunts it. Woltman's going to advance to second. They're going to make the throw to first. Hudick going to be thrown out at first.
He knows the value of adding even one more run to the tally. So now kind of swapping roles there. Oftentimes we see Hudick being set up for a favorable situation with a runner in scoring position by Woltman, who lays down those sacrifices. Now Hudick doing Woltman a favor and advancing him to second.
Absolutely. Now you're bringing up a batter like Justin Gadomski.
Deadly hitter. Double king of the CCIW. We haven't seen a double from him today, but we might yet.
Titans like to come alive in clutch moments like this, so I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a double out of Gadomski right now.
Let's see what the shortstop has in him here. Woltman's the scoring position and taking a big lead off second base.
Smokes that one to right field. Drops short of the right fielder. They're going to send Tom Have home. He's going to get there in Woltman home in plenty of time. And the Titans add one more run to the tally.
Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. It's not a double, but it's the next best thing. Justin Gadomski knocks in a run. Brilliant moment from him, and delighted crowd here as Woltman comes all the way home from second base. Real good base running from him, as always. Massive mini rally here from Illinois Wesleyan. Runner on first, 1 out.
Okay, Tom Have now at the dish. Swing and a miss.
As an RBI today. He came from a walk, actually. He's also got a base hit. Final glimmers of daylight here at Hornberger Field. Been a long and exciting day of baseball.
Hartman Jr. taking his time with this pitch. Throws that one outside.
Been an eventful game, but it's really never felt in doubt for the Titans, who took the lead super early.
Firebirds still going to need their best inning thus far in order to pull this one out.
Yeah, absolutely. They got a 3-run rally, and matching that won't do it.
Hartman finds the strike zone there, brings the count to 1-2.
What does Tom Have left in his bat?
Oh, and that one high right by Tom Hayes' face.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. That could have hit him flat in the face, not even the headgear. Luckily, disaster avoided, so it's a 2-2 count. Maybe now Tom Hayes hitting with a chip on his shoulder.
Absolutely. Third baseline starting to get rowdy again, and the fans starting to get loud too. And Gadomski took off to second. He's going to get there in plenty of time. And now a runner in scoring position.
I mean, Justin Gadomski, we were talking about him having a quiet game, and then he gets an RBI single, follows it up with a stolen base. Anytime anyone begins to doubt him, he just delivers his best. You see it again here. That pitch is just outside, and the throw is way late. Gadomski just too fast.
Now Tom Hayes with a full count, looking to make something happen.
Base hit has a real chance of bringing Gadomski home.
Swing and a miss there. Bringing it to 2 outs for the Titans. Tom Hayes upset that he swung at that one, seemed a little high.
Nonetheless, real good stuff from Hartman Jr., who gets his first punch out in relief. Brings up Gergoni to try and knock Gadomski home.
2 RBIs and 1 run today.
Yeah, we saw that 2 RBI single from him earlier.
Gadomski at second. Get good contact, you could potentially send Gadomski home.
And
that first one's low and inside. Going to call ball 1.
Misspoke, as a matter of fact. Gergoni had an RBI double, then a 2 RBI single from JP Ferraro. Got my Wesleyan batters confused there. Whatever the case, good position for Gergoni.
Hartman throws another ball, brings count to 2-0 for Gergoni.
This could be a decisive moment in the game. One more run, and then you're really thinking this is out of Carthage's hands. They can't possibly storm back unless we see a really impressive 9th inning run.
Swings at that one, it's high. Fouls out to the parking lot.
Been an eventful week of baseball. And we still have action for you tomorrow. Biggest of the lot. It's the championship game or games, depending on how game 1 pans out. The winner of this game advances to face North Central. Now, if that same team beats North Central, we'll see a winner-takes-all decider between the same 2 teams. Bit confusing with the double elimination format, but
and Gergoni gets a hold of that one. It's going into short right center field, and it drops. Gadomski's getting sent home, and he gets there.
Gets there standing and running, just takes off straight into the dugout. He never stopped running, and that's the sort of brilliance that Gergoni can produce. Huge RBI single, makes it 3 runs knocked in for him today.
Absolutely, and now the Firebirds are going to be in need of 5 in the bottom of the 9th.
And that's assuming that Gergoni doesn't come all the way home. We've already seen JP Ferraro drill in 2 runners.
Yep. That one's high for JP Ferraro. Yep.
Tomorrow will be a wonderful day on the campus of Illinois Wesleyan University. If you can't get down here to Bloomington, you'll want to stay with us on IWSports.com. We have the baseball and softball championships for the CCIW tournaments.
And that one smoked her short right center field. Gergoni's going to go for third as the ball's fumbled. And Gergoni gets there in plenty of time. He's in scoring position. You got JP Ferraro answering the call. First base coach is very excited.
Right fielder, number 14.
Ferraro gets his 2nd hit of the day, doesn't get his 3rd RBI, but brings Gergoni into a position where Tristan Figgis could easily knock him home. Amazing stuff from Illinois Wesleyan late in this game, really making Jake Hartman Jr. pay and work for every pitch. And, of course, that warrants a mound visit, perhaps a pitching change. Does look like we have someone approaching from the bullpen.
Unclear yet. Hartman still has his glove on. Looks like it's just going to be a strategy talk. You got Figgis in the batter's box for the Titans.
Yeah, this could yet get ugly for Carthage, whose season, well, they had one of their better seasons in recent memory, but now all of a sudden it could end in a big disappointment here, finishing third in the conference tournament after slipping to third in the regular season standings.
Absolutely. Carthage looking nervous.
Yeah,
they got a lot of work ahead of them in the bottom of the ninth.
Team with so much talent. They weaved their way back into the national rankings this year. They really made a name for themselves, staked themselves as the clear-cut favorites to win this conference, and then it slips from their grasp at the last moment. I'll bet they're pretty sick of the Illinois Wesleyan Titans right now. Got swept by them last weekend to end their hopes of a first regular season title in quite a while, and now looking highly unlikely that they're going to be able to make a deep run all the way to the final here at the tournament.
Figgis stepping into the batter's box.
He's reached base on a walk today.
He's going to look at ball one.
He can get a hit. That'll be another run for Illinois Wesleyan. We're prolonging this game in the best possible way. We were worried perhaps they would prolong that game with some defensive instability. Instead, they're getting a couple runs on the board here in the ninth.
Figgis looks at strike one, bringing the count to 1-1. 2 outs on the board, but he's got room to swing. And we'll look at strike two. Looks like he was going to go there, but hesitates. Titans have made noise in the top of the ninth here. That one's called ball. Good job by Figgis not to swing.
Yeah, he held off, evening this count. 2 across the board. He's got 2 runners on each of the corners. He's got 1. 2 outs, 2 strikes, 2 balls. Do the Titans have more left in them? Why not? Show that they can.
Figgis swings at that one, but it goes foul. He'll live to see another pitch.
A little tournament debrief here. North Central is the first finalist, having beaten these two teams. They beat Carthage 3-2 on Thursday, and then today overcame Illinois Wesleyan 13-5.
Swing and a miss, and goodbye, Figgis. That's going to send the Titans into the field and the Firebirds into the batter's box. Can Carthage find the ball with the bat to tie this one up? We'll find out after the break.
At NCAA Championships, noise is made here. Memories are made here. Champions win here. The only thing missing here is you. The NCAA Division III Softball Championship coming to Bloomington, Illinois this May. Get your tickets today at ncaa.com/tickets.
And welcome back for the bottom of the ninth. This is crucial for the Firebirds as it's do or die here. They either score 5 runs or they go home. The Titans, though, looking like they're in their groove and intent on not letting that happen.
Yeah, I know. We talked about how they struggled today against North Central. We're talking about how it's going to be an uphill battle tomorrow because they'll need to win 2 games. But they've proven in this game against a really good team in the Carthage Firebirds, this is a championship-level team. Carthage, so far, I mean, realistically, before that series sweep from Wesleyan, were a deadly force in the conference, came to the tournament, they've gotten a couple wins and lost a very close one to North Central. So Illinois Wesleyan, with this result, if it holds, of course, proving that they are worthy of a title.
And proving, hopefully, that they are worthy to go on to the NCAA regionals.
Yeah, only time will tell as Herget grounds
that one. Hit over to Godomsky on the shortstop, throws it over to Tom Have, who makes the catch for out number 1.
The Firebirds are down to their last 2 outs of the season.
The shortstop, number 31,
Titans need 2 outs, and they're in the finals. Firebirds need 5 runs, or it's bye-bye.
Yeah, no, they need a big run. The bases are empty.
Yeah. And now we have Colin Callahan yet to find a hit today. He's only been walked.
A lot of these high-quality hitters for Carthage have fallen short today as Dalen Banks continues to deal well from the mound. That one unlucky to be called a ball.
That one called a strike there. Titan fans clapping in approval.
Yeah, Banks has missed much of this season with an injury. He was this team's ace last year and the year before, and now stepping back in the playoffs. What a homecoming for him.
Absolutely. 1-1 count here for Colin Callahan.
Lovely Hornberger Field, the venue for this CCIW tournament.
Sneaks that one past the shortstop and hits a base hit.
Yeah, so Callahan breaks his hitting drought that we've seen from him today. Gets his first hit of the evening. Under the lights here at Hornberger Field. They're going to need something similar from Max Cairo to stay alive.
Max Cairo, the designated hitter for the Firebirds. He's a powerhouse. Only 1 hit today, though. 1 run. Hits that one to Godomsky. Throws it over to Wolf for the double play. Safe.
Throw, just a little dribbler.
And the second base umpire is going to call him out at first. And with that double play from Godomsky and Gage Wolf, the Titans are in the finals.
That'll do it. Illinois Wesleyan progresses to tomorrow's showcase against the North Central Cardinals. They'll have a big chance for redemption. And what a way to end it. Just a bit of a shame that we got that little lag. Still, a double play is exactly how you want to end a game that the Illinois Wesleyan played perfectly from start to finish.
Absolutely. You know, you talk about playing a complete game. Benson came in and did his job phenomenally, gave the Firebirds no hits. All the fielders and Godomsky and Gergoni and Tom Have doing their job. No errors. It was just phenomenal to see from the Titans. What an excellent performance.
It was a really clean performance, and that's what Michael Keller is going to be focusing on tonight. They had a very quick turnaround, just about an hour's break after that disappointing defeat to North Central, and they bounced back. This is the same team that swept Carthage last week. This is the same team that went on a 9-game winning streak. This is the same team that's won so many games this year, and this is a team that will be fighting for a championship tomorrow.
I won't be surprised if they come out, the Titans come out and they play like they just did against the Firebirds. We will definitely see a game 2 tomorrow against the Cardinals.
Big chance for redemption. So many unhealed wounds for Illinois Wesleyan. Obviously the freshest one, the loss to North Central today. Now we were almost expecting a 1-2 final, but we didn't expect that the 1 seed would be the one having to do the crawling back and winning those back-to-back games. That will be the case tomorrow. The Titans need to win 2. Game 1 is slated for 2 p.m. here at Hornberger Field. The stream will be right here on iwsports.com. And if needed, Game 2 will take place just 30 minutes after. Now, that final day of the CCIW tournament has produced some absolute box office drama over the last few years. Illinois Wesleyan have made 4 finals since their last conference crown in 2014. They've lost all 4, so it's been brutally bad luck for the men in green and white. Tomorrow, a chance for redemption.
Absolutely. We'll be looking for that CCIW championship, first for softball and then for baseball, here on IWSports.com at Jack Hornberger Field.
So yes, tomorrow, stay tuned. Softball action, big one between Augustana and Illinois Wesleyan, and then, of course, right here at Hornberger Field, as you mentioned, North Central and Illinois Wesleyan. Thanks for joining us.
And good night, everyone.